Jackie Briggs. Jackie Briggs. Aaron Black. Goro's leg.
Got the best of the best here. My name is Darth Arm. I'm joined by Mr. Aquaman, who is going to be breaking down one of these 4 vicious pools for us today.
I feel like just breaking down one pool is breaking down an entire tournament, it seems, here at Dreamhack Montreal, as we are laced with nothing but killers, it seems. Looking at these pools is looking at death sentences for most of the players that are going to be here. Let's just get into it. We are going to be getting into pool number 1. What's great about Dreamhack is that every single block is just going to be one pool. We're focusing on one at a time, and we're going to get you guys a lot of the matches that are going to happen here at Dreamhack Montreal. Here in pool number 1, it's going to hurt to say all these names at once. Usually we only get a couple of big names per pool. It's going to be a lot. We've got Dragon, Manager Matt, also known as Equitus. These are just some names that I recognize. We've got Station from the Buffalo scene, Honeybee, Beyond Toxin, and this is just the first half of pool number 1, where one of these guys is going to make top 16. That is pretty savage.
No, it's crazy. It's a 4-out system in every pool. And on the other side of the still same pool 1, you got to go through all these guys in a short span of 2 hours. And that's going to be Scar. Scar, who's the champion at Combo Breaker, the first stop here on the Pro Competition Tour. The Mighty Unjust, who is the best player from my home state, New Jersey. We have Newbie, we have Samij, and Coach Steve. We also have some local flavor in the name of Soulmeyer. Big shout out to Soulmeyer holding down the Kano Nation single-handedly.
Soulmeyer really doesn't want to get on stream, so if we can make that happen, that would be fantastic.
We have to. But really what this weekend is, or what today is for a lot of these top players, is a test of stamina. Now, normally you have to go through, very similar, fights for top 32, fights for getting into top 16 a little bit later. But now you have to do it in a short span of 2 hours. There's no time to rest, no time to fully study a specific matchup, and no time to prepare. They just have to go in it. So I think I feel like that could change up the results just a little bit.
Yes, so just to put this in perspective for you guys, of these names, just in this first section, Dragon, Honeybee, or Toxin, just those 3 names being in one little section, only one's going to make it out right. That's what's so savage about here. And then you look at the second part of the same bracket, it's got Scar, Samij, Coach Steve, Mighty Unjust, and you think about how early they have to play round 2, round 3. There's no softball here. You are standing at the edge of the diving pool, don't know how to swim, and you're getting kicked into the deep end. That's what's happening here in these pools. You guys better learn how to swim, and learn how to swim quick.
Yeah, man, it's sink or swim. It's do or die. These guys have to be ready. I mean, and that's the thing. I feel like it's gonna throw them off just a little bit, where they're a little bit more used to, being calm. Like, okay, I played my pools. It wasn't so tough. And now I can go eat, I can go relax. No, man, this is it. And it's going to make the pool play incredible for you guys to watch at home, and it's going to be incredible for us to call it, just play after play, and seeing what these guys can do when the pressure is on, and the pressure is going to be on right away.
I hate to say this, but the lack of incredibly high numbers here is going to give us what I think, for you guys watching at home, a potential better viewing experience throughout this entire tournament, as we are going to get incredible matches from start to finish. Like I said, nothing but a bloodbath. I hope you guys just sit back and enjoy. And just to put things in perspective of also the strength of the players that are here, even though it is low numbers, just looking at the top 18 in points of the pro competition, we're only missing 3. That's crazy. Everybody else is here, and we are going to the stage right now for our first match. It is going to be Coach Steve versus I don't like your face, bro.
I don't like your face.
I don't like your face.
I don't like your face. He doesn't like Coach Steve's face, and he doesn't like this Jackie Briggs. And I love that I'm seeing a Devora a little bit.
I don't like Devora's face, if I'm being honest with you here.
She's pretty gross, honestly speaking. A quick break away from I don't like your face, getting out of that combo just as quickly as he got into it, buying himself a little bit of real estate, jumping to the other side, but Coach Steve with the immaculate punish here going to be leading into a lot of damage and going to be filling those clinch crushing blow requirements.
Perfect end of the clinch right there to reverse the position to get him right where he wants him, right here in the corner, trying to pick up these kicks there, but I don't like your face. Trying to fight his way out of this corner. Looks like he is a Canadian representative here. Glad to see him offline competing. The kick's not going to be enough, but he is getting ever so closer to loading that crushing blow, and the chip doing the job for him there to finish off round 1.
The chip absolutely doing the job. I see a little bit of hesitation from I don't like your face. Even that jump in, it was almost like he was too scared to jump in on Coach Steve, saying that he is going to be smarter than this, but you can't give your opponent a reason until they show you why.
You can see the hesitation, everything that he just did. wasn't what you were kind of supposed to do. The bugs actually messed up his own launcher right there, and he lost out a lot of damage. And you even see with these wild swings, the down two is kind of on command right there, that he's really trying to find his way in this match, but has the lead. And you want to know why? Because he's starting to get real button pressy, and he's starting to get a little warmed up.
And unfortunately there, that throw was successful. I think he was kind of expecting Coach Steve to tech out of it for that set play setup, and that's going to be a big crushing blow.
And that should, maybe the fatal blow could have killed right there. Maybe
it scales a lot.
Oh, and trying to get a Ramen on himself, but I don't like your face, taking it to the face in round number 1 there. I think that the savage swings from I don't like your face have caught Coach Steve off guard, because when you're a tournament player, when you're a pro player, right? Unorthodoxness, that's not a word, by the way.
It's a new word today.
But
Webster, add it.
That can really throw off a tournament player because they're used to looking for certain things. They're used to certain adaptations. They're used to certain ways of pressing buttons. But if you're just a downright savage, it's really going to catch a pro player off guard.
Sure, it's more plays on the rhythm of the meta.
Yes.
What the top player is usually going to do in these situations, and then from there you adapt to adaptations. But it's so tough right out the gate. And I really, I don't like your face going with the character switch, going to Liu Kang. I feel like he had it in that second round. It was his game.
My revenant.
That piece of shit killed my friends.
I knew this felt personal.
Can she say that?
That felt really personal. Wait a minute.
Can she say that?
I mean, she did. So I assume yes.
Waking up Coach Steve with that fully invulnerable move, the little knee. And seeing a lot of respect here from I Don't Like Your Face. Also, right back is Coach Steve. Now, one of the most powerful things about Liu Kang is how well he can challenge anything after he blocks it. So try to pay attention to when it's Liu Kang's turn to swing. As soon as he's done blocking anything his opponent's doing, usually that forward 4-3 is coming out.
Yes, it is. That's a great thing watching Liu Kang is that he really is the ultimate. I get to take my turn and do something off and even on block, and this is going to be sweet damage. Oh, the late breakaway out of Coach Steve.
And I like that neutral jump from Coach Steve getting around the throw. Nice little punish, but didn't really get anything other than momentum. Challenges him with the forward 3, and that is very unsafe, but usually does lead if he commits to the entire thing. And Coach Steve going in for the fatal blow. The bullet's going to be going right through the skull of Liu Kang.
And done at a perfect time right before I Don't Like Your Face got his fatal blow to try to close things out. But if your face would have committed off of that swing, we might be looking at a completely different round number 1 there.
It could have been a completely different round number 1. The great challenging mid here from Jackie. She did get a little bit nerfed from the last patch, but still a very, very strong character. And Coach Steve is showing that, amplifying the bicycle kick just one time there. Going to try to fill that requirement before he loses this tournament set. Coach Steve going in deep with the jump in, and I think right there is, I Don't Like Your Face thought a throw was coming, decided to let go of block, and here comes that challenging mid from Jackie.
That's what that slight walk forward off of that jump in does. You really get scared of a throw once you see that slight micro movement. Gets the crush blow, this will be some good damage, does have a fatal blow, so almost any hit right now in the fatal blow should do it. Coach Steve, he's looking out for that right now. He's scouting it, just blocking, waiting his turn. He's a very patient man. He's gonna try to bully I Don't Like Your Face right now. Look at that chip dwindling as he's only a couple of hits away, and the interrupted forward gonna do it. Coach Steve moving on 2-0 to start off his potential run. But round 2, I think he just gets some each.
I mean, it's tough, man. That's a tall order to fill. But you know what? I really want to discuss what happened there.
Potentially, if Samij wins, I hope listen.
It's Samij, but that's what we're setting up here. But really, what came down to those last 10 seconds of gameplay, both players were too scared to go for throws, because throws are very risky in this game. If someone knows you're going to do it, all they have to do is crouch, let go of block. That throw is going to whiff, and you could potentially be eating a full combo or a down 2 crushing blow. And both players are just they didn't want to do it. They're like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't go for the throw. Don't go for the throw. So much respect, but you got to question that switch away from Devora.
Yeah.
I thought it looked great in that round number 2.
I thought it looked really good simply for the fact that Coach Steve looked comfortable against Liu Kang right there, and he did not look comfortable at all against Devora, because
Devora is
craziness, right?
Well, I mean, you're going to see Liu Kang a little bit more often, whether you're playing online, playing with all these other top players, which is usually the training regimen for these top players, is just getting games with each other.
Not to spoil anything, but you're going to see a lot of Liu Kang today.
Oh.
we happen to have finally re-showing up to a pro competition event Ninja Killer.
He's here.
He only showed up to 1, and he got enough points to get himself in top 12, and we haven't seen him since. So he did fall 1 spot. He's at 13th place. Top 12 gets in the final combat. So he's here to get those points and try to solidify himself for final combat at the end of the year.
It's almost like he just didn't. He decided not to go until he was knocked out of that 12th place. And he's like, you know what? I guess I'm gonna have
wait
to.
Wait a minute. I gotta show up one more time and try to win it all.
I gotta get into those finals, man. I wasn't sure because you never really know how it's gonna play out. If those same top 12 players keep placing high and no one else is really sneaking in there or getting past you on the standings. You're going to stay there sitting pretty. So Ninja Killer definitely out there to win it. And that's what's so, I think one of the most amazing things about that player is it's just so mysterious. You don't know too much about him. He tries to stay a little bit more reserved. And when he does show up, I mean, this kid shows up. Phenomenal gameplay.
And someone we haven't seen play since the huge balance changes that happened to the game.
Exactly.
Where Liu Kang's being looked at in a little bit of a different light. It's just in a little bit of a different light. Did just win Celtic Throwdown with Rewind, who happens to also be here. A lot of other top players looking at the character. Guys, like I said, everybody's here. This is insane. Of the top 18 in points in pro competition, we're only missing Tekken Master. And this is what's crazy. We're only missing Tekken Master and Tekken Master Combat and Video Games Yo. We're only missing Combat and Tekken Master because of a visa issue, because of a passport issue. They were scheduled to come, and we would have only been missing 1 person of the entire top players in the world.
I mean,
what?
Dude, this is it. After halftime, we're past the halfway point here in this Pro Tour, and everybody's just trying to get as many points as possible. It doesn't matter anything else. If an event is happening, you're trying to get there. But coming up on stage for you guys is Combo Breaker champion Scar.
Scar going up against Mr. Solo Lobo.
That's right.
The name has been around for quite some time, I believe, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I think from the Arizona team. There's actually a couple of guys from Arizona here. One being a man that made a name for himself in the online West, which is Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's great seeing other regions. I want to see more regions. I want to see the FGC grow in any way possible. Now Scar is going to be rocking Sonya. Now Sonya did receive a few little nerfs here from the last patch. However, she is still a very strong character. But for the most part, she doesn't play too different. They took away a few damaging options, but that's about it.
So that's what's great is that we can say that every character that got nerfed, you can't really say they got nerfed. They more got a slight slap on the wrist, a light tap on the wrist than something.
Especially the Gearus is out there, definitely.
Gearus got like slapped on the wrist, but also like caressed at the same time, like it was both. That's an odd way to put it.
It's okay, I can see it visually here perfectly. It's Scar utilizing that Sonya zoning. Never mind. Beautiful wave dashing to close the gap between himself and his opponent and just did not react to the throw. Scar taking that first round over Solo Lobo. Great punish here. Didn't commit to the amplification, and Scar reacted accordingly. Gonna amplify it there to keep her in the corner. Doesn't want the side switch, wants a little bit added damage here. And this is just looking awful for Solo Lobo here.
Oh, here we go. This is the mix right now. You're so afraid of the mix-up that's going to be coming off a back one potentially. Or Scar doing the Scar thing. Multiple flawless blocks in a row, though. Are you kidding me right now? And into the onion ring, Scar almost getting the flawless there. We call that a hood perfect out here. What a display. And we haven't seen Scar in a little bit.
We have not seen him in a little bit, but that was a statement, man. Like, applying those flawless blocks that are very, very tough to pull off, and he did 2 in a row right there at the end when no pressure was on. He had a huge life lead. Solo Lobo switching the scenery just a little bit. Now again, even if you lose mid-set, you are not free to pick the stage. It's got to be re-randomized because all the stages are different. They interact with you a little bit differently. Some interactables leave you in a restanding situation. Some give you a little bit more mobility, like this generator right here. One of my favorite ones out there. It's so fun and wacky.
Also, I wanted to note that Scar, since Combo Breaker got the win, got the massive amount of points, was sitting at the top. He's had a little bit of a rougher pro competition since then. And so he is here to make a statement and get himself back in form for potential final combat. He put himself in a great position to make it, but everyone's catching up. He fell all the way to 8th place, and within 100 points is everyone else in top 12.
I mean, you know, that's really what happens, you know, because afterwards didn't really get that nice placement like you said. But hold on, Solo Lobo showing some signs of life, getting the combo here on Scar, gonna try pushing him a little bit more to the corner. Both players being very respectful, just a down one, not too risky there, trying to see how Scar would react. And Scar with the staggers, great challenge by Solo Lobo, just trying to get the momentum back on his side.
Oh, the low crush coming out of Scar. We take his turn here, and these two have been feeling each other out. This been poke, counter poke, just chilling out with the Scar, who's been getting the hits and getting the damage. Solo Lobo has had a tough time opening up Scar in the pressure.
Absolutely, he definitely has been having a tough time here. I thought that was a pretty good round for him. It could have gone either way. Really came down to one or two defining situations.
That's right.
and
he had the momentum just to dash up, down 3 as his Oki, and that was it. And then Scar just taking his turn, and then just reset everything.
Yes, just resetting it there. Good challenge right there. Scar getting a little antsy, but the wake up 3 after the drop combo.
I think that's a lot harder against other females.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. A little bit tougher. You do have to adjust your timing. Sometimes even have to adjust your combos against which character you're gonna be fighting up against. Little flawless block, but was getting a little too antsy, getting hit with the onion rings. And Solo Lobo doesn't wake up here in this corner. Wow. This is gonna be it.
Did you just see Scar stand his ground? He wasn't even blocking. He just stood there on his wake up, said do something, and one more hit's gonna do it for Scar.
Oh, hold on. Never say never. We could do this. Switching over to the other side, and again, a heartbreaking drop. He had him. It was a beautiful side switch conversion, and
could have restood him. Could
Yes.
have done whatever he wanted right there. That drop was key to his potential comeback. But Scar immediately on the knockdown, just up three, and he's out of there. And he's gonna move along on the winner's side, and he gets the privilege of just with that win. Right, that's Scar's first match. He will now face Mighty Unjust.
And he's a tough cookie to taste to test.
Whoa! Whoa!
It's okay.
Okay, we're good.
But no, I mean, but really, right there at the end, it was a huge.
I hope Unjust sees this back.
He does. He loves me, so he's gonna watch all of this.
Okay.
It's the opportunity there that he dropped at the end.
Yes.
He could have put him in a restand position, taking away the option of rolling forward, taking away the option of wake up. But Scar was ready to just commit after the wake up and just figure it out. Just get that momentum
crazy
back
how
on
some
the
people
side.
are prepared for you to drop your combo.
Yes.
That's next level.
You have to react. You have to react. You see it happening right before your eyes, and you just react.
And by the way, we are going to get Salmer on stage right now versus Samij coming up next.
This is going to be incredible. So he won his first match against the other Montreal local.
Motive.
That's right. That's right.
Got a victory. So just to give you guys an update on what else is happening, who has moved on. Manager Matt, also known as Equitus, is playing Dragon right now. Winner of that plays Station from the Buffalo scene. Honeybee still awaiting his first opponent between Rakim and Hunter George. And then we got Toxin, who got a victory over Blackboards. Blackboards did get a win early against Dave Package. Had to play Toxin 2-0 over that. And Toxin is going to wait on the winner of Honeybee and his opponent. Guys,
and you guys can all follow this along
round
on
3
Smash. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Round 2, round 3 matches are insane. Usually matches that you're going to be seeing way after pools, but again, the pools are condensed to only 4. And if you guys want to follow along, again, all the pools are happening one at a time.
Yes, they are.
Smash.gg, look for Dreamhack 2019, and look for Mortal Kombat 11. You can see where all your favorite players are, in which pool, and what Titans they have to go through in order to get into this top 16.
Smash.gg/DHMTL19.
Wow, look at that memory of yours. I thought you were an old man with no memory. Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, it's
okay.
like right there.
So yes,
I
you
could
guys
have played that off like I had great memory, but I would be lying to every single one of you.
You're just an honest guy. You're really just this honest guy. You don't want to, mislead anyone in anything.
So potentially, and this would make sense when you're looking at seeds now. We're looking for upsets, of
Sure.
course, every single round.
We want them.
But round number 3, lining up would be those names that we would kind of expect were potentially Dragon versus Station, potentially Honeybee versus Beyond Toxin, Scar versus Mighty Unjust, and the winner of this versus Coach Steve.
This
is one pool!
This is one pool, guys. There's 3 more to go after this 2-hour block. But we have Solmeyer on the stage.
This guy, I have to say, is just a great community member. This is a big event for him. He's very active in Twitch streams.
Yes, yes, he is.
In the Mortal Kombat community, just an absolute treasure to have. I have to give him a massive shout out.
Yes, yes. Big shout outs to Soulmeyer. And again, bigger shout outs to the character he's playing, Kano.
Dirtbag, baby!
Specifically, Dirtbag Kano.
I know you're excited.
I'm super excited.
She gets you ahead in a box, she will.
But I don't know how well he's going to be able to deal with Samid. Now, Dirtbag Kano, there we go, right out the gate. The instant air Kano ball. Now, whenever he does apply the Veggie Mighty right there, whenever he pounds his chest and activates that the chest piece, it's going to give him armor whenever he does a Kano ball, whether it's grounded or in the air. So it's a great way to just kind of react to your opponent flinching. Now, Samid just kind of putting on something. Great reaction to that slow overhead, and Samij ready to take his turn back, and that one hurts.
Just coming in. I actually got to warm up with Samij right before coming over here and getting on the table with you, and he is in good form.
Always in good form. I mean, this kid reacts to every stagger you throw his way, every throw attempt. I mean, Samij, literally a machine, looking for the Molotov. The third bullet not connecting for a full combo, but Samij is okay with that. Gonna lead into some plus frames, into a great challenge. Again, leaving your opponent in a standing position, so powerful in a game like this. What did I say? The throws.
Blow, yeah, so scary to do. Not gonna be enough for the kill. Cassie switching to 322, but Samij taking it 2 swift rounds. Salmer getting really offensive in his buttons that worked out. Like, it's about 50-50. It worked out, and sometimes it didn't work out. He's being aggressive. He just came here to play, have fun. And right now,
and desecrate the stage.
That's a really quick rematch, by the way. He's ready for this. But a couple of swings have caught Samij off guard. But on the flip side, in that corner there, he really did get bullied by pressing buttons.
It was, and you know, he was trying to fight his way out, trying to grab his way out, and again,
2 for 2, by the way.
It's a great thing to really do, throwing on that fire. Now that fire's not going to stop from combos, but once it is comboed with the acid douse or the acid throw, once you're covered in acid, later touch the fire, that's when you explode for an unblockable situation here.
And we haven't seen Silver try to do those kind of just down one, those lighter fluids, which is really annoying is playing against Kano in general. It's just his down one mix-up game.
Yeah, down one cancel into Kano ball, down one cancel into acid, really to kind of catch those players trying to take their turn back. But Samij, again, one of the best NRS players out there on the scene since the Mortal Kombat X days. What an anti-air.
And that was very MKX of him to do, the down one anti-air. He's been doing that since his insurgence into the scene. It's better than one of the best in the world at doing it.
Yes, it definitely is. And again, what a whiff punish, catching Soulmeyer, hitting that down one. What a whiff. And that's what's so good about, you know, Cassie's mid-range game, or close to mid-range game. And again, just walking in and out of that wake-up range. That was a clean 2 games here
but you know
against
what?
Soulmeyer.
But you know what? It's all love.
It is, of course. Right there, Cassie showing it to you in the shape of her hands. And, you know, big shout out to Soulmeyer coming out to the event. I believe this is one of his only events. I believe this is like his first big event for Mortal Kombat 11. So, you know, it just goes to show you, people do it. People get out there, try their best, and have fun. Because at the end of the day, it's all about fun. Getting in as many casuals you want, meeting all the players that you get to follow throughout, you know, all the years.
Exactly. It's so cool to be able to meet people that you've known for years online.
Yes.
And to see their face and have everything happen offline, guys. It's freaking magical.
Grab a beer with them, get some poutine, just anything, man.
That was great. It was great last night, by the way.
Oh, you got the poutine at the truck, at the food truck?
Yeah, there's a food truck. Festival,
like a festival
that's happening here, and we tried out 4 different types.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness, with bacon and sausage.
Phenomenal. Poutine is the real deal. Don't let anyone ever tell you that it's not the real deal, because I saw some crazy stuff being tweeted out a few days ago that it's just regular fries with cheese and great. No,
it's not. Fantastic.
It's not. I mean, they've got it down to an art here.
Here's what's crazy is that I got it with one of the guys that works here at the Pro Competition, and we had the same reaction. We're like, why did we just get the most American dish in Canada? Like, it was like such an American meal of just give me all the good stuff in a bowl and just let me eat it.
That's what you got to do, man. You got to
So
do
good.
it. I'm telling you, there's so many different places do it differently. But either way, let's not talk about food. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat. You want to talk about food?
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Just like the players are here at DreamHack
right.
Montreal to get some points, some money, some glory.
I mean,
That was a nice segue.
Nice, you got it. You got it.
It was decent.
It's challenging getting here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look, do you see who's on stage right now?
I do see who's on stage. It's going to be Scar going up against one of the toughest cookies out there, the mighty Unjust. Again, like I said before, really the best player in my home state of New Jersey, and kid's phenomenal. I feel like he plays a little too methodical, and I think that usually leads to his demise.
Are you
He's
saying
not really a
that
player.
that he overthinks it?
Not over. I don't want to say it's overthinking. I want to say it's almost like not thinking about it enough, and really just kind of playing by the frame data. I'm at a negative advantage. There's no reason I should double down one.
So it's like it's way too safe. There's
methodical.
yeah.
Methodical. Definitely. It's not taking risk or not doing something out of the ordinary. So not sure if Scar is going to be able to pick up on that, but that's just my take on the Mighty Unjust. But still a very good player no matter what.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of another player that we just saw in Samij. When he first came onto the scene, that was one of the biggest things that we talked about with him was that he refused to take a risk. He really did. He played Melina and never did ball roll once on block.
You got to do it,
one
man.
time.
You got to do it.
One time. And then it wasn't until about halfway through Injustice 2 where we saw him start doing some like raw cat dashes with Catwoman. He started to get a little more aggressive in his playstyle, or a little more risk-takey, and it took a long time. And Mighty Unjust might be in that same boat where he comes onto the scene, comes on strong by that exact playstyle of being safe and playing the frame data, playing the turns. And he's looked incredibly solid. All the combat New Jerseys that have been going on. He's been rocking them. Some of the online events. He's looking so strong as this kid.
Oh yeah, definitely really strong and very young. Very young, new to the scene. I believe he was pretty strong contender in the Injustice 2 days. Didn't really travel, but played sets online with a lot of top players. Got his name out there, and now is signed onto a team. Will to winning.
And he is going up against what is the definition of a veteran in our scene. Scar has been at it since the beginning, and has been at the highest level since the beginning.
Yes, he has. And Mighty Unjust looking for that down 4, and Scar ready to take the turn back after a successful throw, putting him in the corner. What's the Mighty Unjust going to do? A slight delay. Wake up, fights his way out, jumping out, and Scar all over it. Knows, I know exactly what you want to do. You don't want to go back in this corner, so you're looking for the easy way out, trying to buy yourself some real estate. Good tick throw here from Scar. The down 3 into the forward throw. Looking for the mid.
Oh, the whip to the throw too. This is the sneaky stuff out of Scar. He loves utilizing the down 3 and pressure. Off block, on hit as different options. Scar tried to blow that up. Maybe missed out on a flawless block attempt right there. That was one of the changes to Cassandra that we haven't really talked about a whole lot because we don't see a lot of Digital Soldier. Scar happens to be Digital Soldier back-to-back here at DreamHack, so it's just a way to talk about her. But there is a gap now in that up low kick, and it's negative on block rather than neutral.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a change here to kind of help, ease the pressure of Cassie. She still has a lot of great tools. But
also, I just want to touch on that Mighty Unjust had to play Blizzy round number 1. Probably Cetron. He's really good. It was 2-1 really close.
It's gotta be, man. It's gotta be. It's do or die, and all these players are so good here at this event. Mighty Unjust trying to catch Scar sleeping, but Scar doing a pretty good job of really not letting these stray bullets hit there. He was looking for a jump in.
That one caught the angle.
A good jump in here from Scar. The Mighty Unjust not ready to anti-her, not ready to guess right here.
No breakaway, and Mama Blade still going to cash out for 40%. Accidental corpse off there. Reverse the position. Mighty Unjust could use this too. But no! We're going to swing out, and the sweet chin music to end game number 1 there.
And look at that quick fighter select. Not even going to let the fatality rock. Not even going to give Scar the opportunity to style on him. Instead, going to be going to the character selection. Now the Mighty Unjust does play a few characters, so this could be something where he just felt like, I couldn't do it with Cassie. I got to switch it over to somebody else.
Ooh.
Thinking about Shang. Now Shang is illegal here at this event as he's been out to the public for over 30 days. However, Nightwolf is still not legal at this event.
I haven't got an opportunity to say this yet, but when Nightwolf is available, And I hope that the win pose is always the wolf. Our crowd and our scene needs to do
the howl.
Guys, we have to do the howl.
We have to do the howl when somebody wins with.
That was not a mix-up, but a mix-up at the same time from Unjust right there. That was an odd way to start a match. I've never seen Shang just go for 4-2 body drop. He goes the low that comes to the 4 after.
Yeah. And a good challenge here, or from Scar, just kind of applying the pressure here, knowing that the onion rings were going to hit, continuing the pressure here with the mid, like the little delay here. Not sure if the Mighty Unjust is just a little too late, but there should be a gap in between ring and the amplified portion of it. Good block of the overhead from Scar. You can expose that with, pretty much any poke.
Yeah, mashing.
Just mash, and you can expose that. But you know what? Scar is just kind of, he's trying to get a better gauge of, he didn't think he was going to be one to do that.
Beautiful punish with the ground eruption too on that drone drop. Really good knowledge there out of Unjust.
I do love it. I love Shang Tsung's full screen presence here. He does have a lot of great options. He's got the straight fireball, the flawless block into the up 2, and Mighty Injustice. I got a breakaway right now because I need to take this round. I need to get the momentum back on my side. I need to get back in the driver's seat.
Out of nowhere has the health lead too. Trying to work his way in. Scar does a fatal blow available. He's getting closer but walks into the ground eruption, and out of nowhere, Mighty Unjust with that. So after the flawless block of that back 3 up 4, one raw hit, and now Unjust ran away with it. All because of one mistake with Scar on what was he was successful on blocking and up back to back.
And you just missed a great punish here by Scar. And again, the Mighty Unjust, enough time has gone by. He utilizes Breaker. He's had no defensive meter this entire game, but it's okay. As long as you're in the driver's seat, as long as you're on offense, you don't have to worry about it.
Scar trying to anti his jump kicks, and Mighty Unjust, that's been his way in. Very hard to anti that bad boy. It's got a mean angle to it.
Definitely does. Shang Tsung's got a great jump in as well, but Sonya's got one of the best normal anti-airs in the game. Really low profiling herself down. Not going to be a pop-off thanks to the last patch changes, but Scar able to seal the deal afterwards.
Moving on to match point. Here is Scar. He's got the position forward. Good air-to-air for Unjust. No pickup. A lot of Shanks can't pick up the ground eruption off of that. Gotta be ready for it though, and the jump kick too early.
Just a little too early. And Mighty Unjust utilizing his third breaker here in this third round. It's
no
rough,
defensive
man.
bar, I think the
entire game he's not going to have any defensive bar, but that's okay. He's looking for it. Great flawless block and forward dash from Scar. Absolutely textbook punish here.
Oh, he looks prepared for the matchups than Scar. Oh, big pressure. The short hop kick for the overhead. That doesn't naturally exist that quick. Great use of the tools by Scar. He loves short hop and jump in this game.
I mean, short hop's a great way to kind of keep someone on your toes, and it's barely unsafe. You really have to be on point if you want to block those. Great jump-in kick from the Mighty Unjust. Gets the escape failed here. Now the Mighty Unjust has Scar down to less than 30%, so I think a crushing blow. Oh, he knew it. He knew the high was coming. The hand is already shaken as the Mighty Unjust sees that huge whiff. Now, that move is really good. It closes the gap.
Good. Close the gap, plus frames.
Super plus frames, but Scar, the one fault of that move is that it is a high, and Scar,
right,
like the pro that he is, ducking right under it and getting that full combo punish to seal the deal.
And that's not easy to do on the fly in a tournament situation like that.
First time he did it.
Yeah, first time he did it. And what's crazy is that I'm shocked that Shanks don't do it more, is the forward 3 that has the same startup animation where he just boogies at you overhead.
Overhead, that's right.
And I guarantee you, Shank players, that's going to hit an awful lot.
It would have, and it's a very, very similar animation. I feel like it was purposely set up that way.
Yeah.
So had that been an overhead instead of that high, Scar would have eaten, not a full combo, but at least given the Mighty Unjust a little bit more momentum to find, the second and the third opening that he needed in order to take that game. But
once again, not taking the risk and trying to keep it safe and have the plus frames, right? But in and of itself, that is a risk being a high and getting exploited by Scar. Scar with the knowledge implemented here on the strings, on the raw normals. Very good stuff. He's been moving along on the winner's side, one away from top 16. And here's just another blockbuster of a matchup that's going to happen before our eyes. We have got
great.
one of the prides of Canada in the NRS scene, Honeybee.
Oh, Canada.
Going up against Beyond Toxin. And these two, I don't know, we might see We might see a noob mirror here.
So we're going to be seeing quadruple instead of seeing double.
Seeing quadruple.
That's right. That's right. Now, Honeybee.
I wonder if Toxin actually made the switch to seeing double, because I haven't seen him since the
I've been
changes.
watching him stream a lot.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Toxin, who does stream a lot. And he has, I want to say, to me, it seems like he's officially made that switch over to seeing double.
It is very strong. It just has such a great tool set. Does it now. You know, the ability to cash out on great damage. It isn't Sabbath damage, but it's still comparable damage to give up for having extra tools, extra safety, right? Just a complete character Snoop Saibot now, I believe, in this current meta. Both variations, I think, are incredibly competitive and something that we're going to be seeing more often, and I hope we get to see him here.
Yeah, man, it really comes down to, like, you know, if you're willing to give up the damage of the teleport from the Dark Sabbath variation, for just those mid-screen tools, you know, giving someone giving Noob Saibot the option to, you know, cancel his pokes into the low slide or cancel those pokes into the low slide,
That's
amplify,
right. Amplify,
and you got to kind of keep your opponent on their toes. They don't know, you know, which one they're going to do. There are ways to punishing it, but you got to take a big risk, like jumping in or going for something like an instant teleport.
Still gets massive damage in the corner off of it. Like it's a launcher, a safe launcher in the corner, hit confirmable, all that fun stuff. These two are both on Noob Saibot in the button check, but Honeybee does have a lot of kidders in his arsenal. Does have the Cassie Cage, does have the newly changed Devora that we saw broken out at Celtic Throwdown.
Yes, the Devora that everybody's been talking about. I think we're seeing it, man. I think we're going to be seeing a Noob Saibot mirror. We're going to be seeing shadows and shadows.
They did a button check and then change their buttons? All right. And it is going to be.
I'm not sure, man. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know either. Did you see that? I'm like, we're going right into it after changing the buttons. Here we go.
Man, we have a very specific ways about doing things, all right? And I'm sure these pros know exactly what to do. Now we're going to let the intros rock. We're going to talk over them or just kind of let them do their thing?
I'm going to do their thing.
My own shadow defies me. You are not the original Bihan, but I am the deadliest.
Round one. Fight.
Did you just refer to like the mirror, like the other Noob Saibot has his shadow? That was pretty cool.
He's not. Yeah. So it's kind of like if the shadow like broke away from him and started living a life of his own.
And we are indeed seeing.
He took out a credit card in Bihan's name. He bought a house. Just going off.
And there we go. Just by safety. Wow, used the pushback too and got the crushing blow that every Noob Saibot player says isn't viable, that we're never going to see it. And now we see it all day long.
First round of this Noob Saibot that we've seen today. Honeybee looking really great right now on the player one side. He's going to be rocking, I guess, the less shiny Noob. I'm sorry, the little more shiny Noob Saibot.
That's right, the more metallic, beautiful anti-air to Toxin with that grip to the corner, and just does it! No breakaway for Honeybee here. This would be a lot of damage, no implication. Watch him the throw, not up for the kill though. Still one more read needed by Toxin to make this monster of a comeback. Are you kidding me?
He did it. Honeybee backed off, laid off the gas just a little bit, and Toxin took him for a ride in the corner. I love the cancel and the challenge here from Honeybee to just kind of make sure Toxin cannot move afterwards. But Toxin's got to get a nice read on it, know that string is coming right after he blocks that.
You notice they have no fear of just going in a low slide off of anything. They get the offensive fire. Oh!
Down to crushing blow, universal for everyone, leading into a full combo, but instead jumping over to the other side. Not sure if he realized he dropped the combo and said, you know what, let me make a better thing out of this situation, jump over to the other side. A big jump in here from Honeybee. Now can Toxin make this comeback yet again in round number 2?
Oh! Are you kidding me?
I know this one does a lot. A little bit more. I think, is this enough?
I'm going to say no. A lot of damage.
Oh,
10 left.
1%! Literally off by 1%, but all he's got to do is breathe on him. Throw out that shadow, and beyond Toxin utilizing the fatal blow in its most perfect form to be able to steal those rounds away from your opponent. As soon as Honeybee was like, I got this, it's under control, this round is mine, here comes that fatal blow from downtown.
That was ludicrous. He just combo fatal blow. It's like that's his full screen Oki. Let's do it.
What risk was there?
Because
the risk versus the payoff was almost the same.
We don't know. I don't know this, but does Noob Saibot's Fatal Blow punish his own Fatal Blow? And did he do it because it may not punish it, and because it's seeing double, won't get teleport punished for a full combo?
Could be.
Whoa! We're talking about layers here, chat.
We're talking about plenty of layers. Now Honeybee running to Cassie Cage, and that's going to be a big punish there. Honeybee didn't commit, but again, Toxin reacting to him not amplifying the low shot.
This is highly debated as Noob Saibot's first matchup, too. I also love the helmet that he actually got.
Oh yeah, this armor is incredible. And I love how the drone always goes with her outfit. She has to accessorize. Good deep jump and kick over to the other side. Now Toxin bullying Honeybee as he's holding onto the block button, challenging him with a down 4, and definitely not a trade in Toxin's favor, especially if you consider that momentum. The momentum shift going to Honeybee, really not challenging after that 1-1-3 string. I find that very surprising, but he was probably anticipating a cancel into a special move.
All right, getting the throw here, and this is where Toxin hasn't lost when he's been incredibly low on health. He's making comebacks, this throw should be able to finally close out a round for round. I definitely jinxed him right there. But Honeybee finally on the board. Toxin was in a great spot there, did have a Fatal Blow available to try to steal that round as well. Honeybee finally in some kind of driver's seat, finally having a lead here. Can he use this to get back into this match? Because this is a pro competition where Honeybee has been struggling. Past few events have not had the results that he has wanted. He's fallen down to 18th in points.
Yeah, definitely not, par for the course for Honeybee. If you look at his track record from the past 3 NRS games, he's been a top player for a very long time, so this is not really a look we're used to seeing on Honeybee. Great anti-air there from that normal. Honeybee utilizing that to keep safe, not going to be 0 anymore.
That back 3 is a no-fly zone, and Toxin is now in Fatal Blow territory again. I'm scared right now.
Okay, hold on. Honeybee's got the Fatal Blow ready to go as well. Now it is fast. You can change the trajectory, and it does hit as an overhead, and he went for it.
If he would have had the health, would have stolen that round. That
bullet was pretty close to him. Now, the Fatal Blows aren't guaranteed armor out of frame 1. They, in fact, have to have 5 frames of breathing room. So he might have not been able to do it either way.
Yeah, so either he didn't have enough health in the armor, or the armor didn't activate.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely didn't have enough health because he died right away. So it's hard to tell in that situation, but if you're on point with your timing, no matter what, he was done. Whether that timing was impeccable or not. So good calculation by Honeybee to just make sure that it was enough. But Toxin staying with Noob Saibot and sticking with this variation. And like you said before, one of those matchups that everyone says is Noob Saibot's worst matchup.
He was in both of those rounds this is Toxin. And of course, if your characters, if you have your worst matchup with your character, that's obviously going to be a matchup that you know very well.
It has to be, because you're going to be put in situations like this where you don't want to stray away. Oh, what a flawless block. And Honeybee learned that from Biohazard, who's one of the best at just implementing that flawless block up 2.
Best person I've ever played the flawless block up this. Don't pick yours against Bio.
Don't do it. It's flawless block up 2 City. Really, the only thing he's going to do to anti-air here is his body slash. But either way, we digress. Both players have Fatal Blow ready to go. It could mean the difference here. Going to be amplifying it.
There's Toxin. Honeybee probably right now looking for that hit in the Fatal Blow. He got the jump in. If he did the jump punch, it was over.
It would have been over. He just didn't believe, and he wanted the option that's a little bit tougher to anti or a little bit tougher to deal with. But either way, Honeybee able to make that comeback, giving Toxin the taste of his own medicine.
Got him off the defensive meter. This is now, out of nowhere, a match point for Honeybee. Can you see there? Losing out on damage mid-screen to see double, but that still did quarter life damage.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. Now, the one thing we've actually been failing to do is counting these clones. Now, whenever Noob Saibot connects 10 shadow moves, it actually opens up the requirement for his straight shadow tackle, which does a lot of damage. So I think this is what Toxin is going to be banking on in this last round, but hopefully Honeybee is not going to be setting him to a last round. Maybe he's looking to finish this right now with the overhead.
Good breakaway by Honeybee, still alive here, got the jump kick once again, and coming off the defensive bar once more, not blocking the low, may have been the chip, no defensive bar on Honeybee, no last breaths available, and here we go, final round, Honeybee, Toxin, and we are just getting started here at Dreamhack, baby.
Just getting started here, not sure if that requirement has been met, maybe you guys at home have been counting the clones, but it should be ready to go, if not, just a few clones away from ready to go, so Toxin's going to be looking for it. What a teleport. Now, of course, in this variation, he cannot combo combo afterwards, but he can amplify it for more damage. Honeybee with the challenge, the great mid from Cassie Cage. Oh, the input error, but Toxin wasn't ready!
It worked! Are you kidding me?
He wasn't ready.
No.
No
way he made that intentional, right?
No way that's intentional. That move is utterly useless. You can ask any Cassie Cage player.
I feel like I was just watching the movie Equilibrium, and we just got Christian Bale jumping over us. Oh, here we go.
This is very scary because Toxin gets that opening. He can go into the shadow, and that's going to be enough. Oh, I think he wanted it there. Gets the forward throw. This is down to the wire. What's going to be the decision?
No, last Bretson went for the raw fatal blow, and Toxin's going to take it with the raw shadow. That was an insane match from start to end, coming down to the last hit. Sensational Mortal Kombat 11 here at Dreamhack. Just getting started.
That was crazy. Down to the wire, and Toxin kind of sending a message showing that it is possible. You can fight through these bad matchups. It is possible if you work hard enough, study the matchup, and practice, you can overcome any of them.
If you fatal blow enough, if you raw shadow enough. No, just sensational play. Really good battle of momentum, like back and forth, right?
Yes.
Not really momentum, but that was like purely back and forth in the complete sense of it. Really good stuff.
It was so fitting that it came down to game number final round. We never got to see the world's greatest crushing blow in the straight tackle, which does so much damage. But either way, Toxin was able to just keep calm. He saw, he analyzed the situation, and he said, you know what, Honeybee is probably so scared of this crushing blow that he's going to be holding on to that block button for dear life. Now, Noob Saibot doesn't have anything really in the sense of, an overhead that's going to send you for a full combo, so it's more about, blocking everything, avoiding the projectiles, the shadows, and avoiding the throws. So I think in that situation, Honeybee was willing to take the throw, and Toxin knew that. Toxin knew that, went for the forward throw, and he was able to clutch it out.
Really good stuff. Yeah, got him going for the raw fatal blow himself. Honeybee tried to give him a taste of his own medicine, if we're being honest.
Oh, I'm full screen. I'm going fatal blow too. No,
so that was our first match on the winner's side. That is semifinals in these pools. Mm-hmm. That wasn't to make it out of pools. No. That was to have the privilege of playing the winner of Dragon versus Station next.
That's going to be tough. And yes, Dragon versus Station is coming up next. So all you Buffalo guys out there, all you Delaware demons out there rooting for Dragon, they're going to be coming up next.
All three of you.
All three of you that live in that tiny little state. That's okay. State pride is very magical.
Here's what's crazy, that Delaware has the strongest scene in the NRS scene, but the smallest.
But it's purely coincidental. Purely coincidental.
If you have Dragon Sonic Fox, you win.
It's not fair.
Like you got it. So
it's not fair.
So when the NRS scene, when all the scenes were kind of beefing early on, when we had the magical Texas versus Florida 10v10.
They can set up a 10v10 team. Go ahead.
We were talking about it. It's like we're all gonna lose to Delaware anyway. Like just those two can show up and they can hire like 8 other people and win any 10v10 that they want. It seems.
Do you know what the block button is? Yeah. All right, you're on the team.
You made it.
You made it. Congratulations.
We got you. So yeah, once again. That just goes to show you the strength of these pools, and I'm glad that we got a classic like that just to start things off, because it feels like, and we all talked about it coming in this, that it feels like all of these matches are going to be like this throughout the entire tournament from round 2 on.
I just missed the mix-up. It was the fist bump or the handshake mix-up. I'm glad you guys got to see that. But go on.
This is NRS. We were all about 50-50s even before the match starts.
That's it. He's getting in his head. He's, oh my God, he gave me the. What does he think of me now? What does he think I'm gonna do out the gate?
Very fitting that Station is a Jax main because he loves mix-ups.
Loves it.
He was a Flash player.
He was like that Flash player. Not sure why we're not getting any game sound in our headset. Hopefully we're getting the game sound.
Great.
Yes, we are.
There
Thank you so much. Hardest working streamer out there.
Round 1, fight.
But either way, these guys are. It's definitely a real match. I think buttons have been checked. These guys are going in. Great little anti-air there with the rock. I feel like that move kind of does everything. It applies pressure. It gets you. Oh, what a whiff punish here from Dragon.
This is also considered one of Jax's, if not Jax's worst matchup as well. We're just getting back-to-back here. But Jax is the definitive snowball character of MK11. All he needs to do is get those hands on you, especially when he's got the fatal blow.
All right, and those hands are going to heat up every time those punches do connect here. We're going to be seeing lots of punches connecting here with the back-to-back down 1-2s. Going to be left in a standing position, going for the tick throw. And again, left in the standing position, and Dragon blocking his way out.
Oh, and now Jax has a crushing blow. I think he just cooled off, but had a crushing blow loaded, I believe, right there. That could have done some massive damage. was a fatal blow. He is still potentially one hit away right now. His station, he's got the hit. There's the crushing blow.
Not going to be enough. It did scale a lot. He bet it on the overhead, and Dragon was for sure. He dropped the opportunity. That was his round.
That was
heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, down to 1%, and gonna get, not chipped out, last breath, but how is he gonna close the gap? He really, really wanted that low toss. That was his. He had him dead to rights.
How did... That geyser is negative 8,400, 232 on block, right?
He went for something
and
that
he just did
combo.
stand one. If that is not the biggest sign of tournament nerves that I have ever seen, are you kidding me?
Definitely going to be agreeing with you. Now, in this variation, he is going to be nullifying those projectiles from Cetrion in order to add a little bit of heat to his arms. And once that heat is loaded, it's going to add more damage to a few options like forward throw. But I don't even think we're going to be able to see that. It's going right into, hopefully, a flawless for Dragon. No chip out.
Oh, block the down one.
Hold on. You said he was a momentum train.
Okay. If he hits Fatal Blow,
he has to hit Fatal Blow.
The health bar might disappear.
He has to hit Fatal Blow. Dragon going for the...
Just back up, reacting, and whip punishing accordingly.
And now
Station had his opportunity.
He did.
I mean, he had...
I think he needs to take a breather. Do not hit
Dragon gave him round number 1. Gave it to him. He just said, here, you can have it. Take it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Station was just like, you know what? I want to earn this. And then he died.
I want to out-neutral you. I don't want to punish something that's, oh my. And the flawless block here. That's just really showing you what to do against these Jack players.
I would say the Station has also utilized this breakaway, I would say poorly. He did off the raw geyser in the corner where Dragon teleported in. You're only going to eat like 100 damage there. And even there, off of that up 2, she's going to tickle you. He's come off his defensive meter early.
Yeah, I want to say that's one of Cetrion's weaknesses is when she does find the opening, she needs to spend resources to get mediocre damage. Yeah. But really where she thrives is in full screen presence, being able to just zone you and just keep you on your toes there with that geyser, and especially at that range. Very few characters can do anything about it after it's been blocked. So Dragon utilizing that perfectly. But I was going to say before, Dragon, one of those players to weigh both options and say, I'm going to take the throw, or I'm going to take the overhead or the low, depending on who I'm going up against.
Yeah, off that forward too. Jackson's got some mean mix-ups, mean staggers, safe staggers. But Dragon brings the red option, which is again safe on block, but it does have a flawless blockable gap. You have to look out for the low that is highly considered unblockable in most circumstances.
It's just he gets so little off the low that a lot of people just don't. Yeah,
just take it.
Just take it.
Especially when he's fully heated.
Exactly.
That low is actually unblockable when it's fully heated because both throw and the 1+3 off the board too. Kill you.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna kill you here.
But just staggering. Explain the Dragon style. Especially in this game. After he was given that round number 1, right? He just ran away with it.
He did. He absolutely ran away with it. Not sure if that was an input error there from Dragon, looking for the flawless block again that he's been doing so great. He just kind of mistimed it a little bit. Now it does happen. Here's where it starts. Here's where it can start because not only does he get this damage, not only does he close the gap, but he's got full heated arms. What's going to be the mix-up afterwards? The forward throw is the one thing you always look out for.
Literally coming in hot, and no, he went for the stagger instead, and he goes into the active frames of the wall. I am a big believer. Just 50-50 there. You do forward 2, 1+3, or you do throw because that's the crushing blow. Instead, he went for a stagger game against someone at the level of Dragon. Station just flashed off of the stage apparently already. Oh my goodness.
Just disappeared.
I don't like a couple of the decisions that Station made in that matchup on the breakaways, and especially there after the fatal blow. You bet it all. You have to.
At that point, yeah. At that point, you have to, and he didn't go for the damage. He didn't go for the option that was going to pay off.
Off of that string, he can also do the 1+3, which crushing blows, right?
Yes.
He didn't believe, and we saw that. If you remember at Celtic Throwdown from Video Games, in that same situation where he went up, staggered, rather than believe, and he hit, and then not getting the crushing blow and doing the stagger itself cost him the entire...
It's more of like a missed opportunity that you left on the table. If it was going to be successful, like you want to make sure that you get, especially when you're down to nothing. That was down to nothing situation. That was do or die, and he just...
Now, on the flip side, right, if the stagger works, you'll look like a genius, but I think in that scenario, no one will ever hold it against you for betting it all on a crushing blow that's going to win.
No, definitely not.
Especially when you're like 1 hit from dying.
Especially not Aquaman. He's definitely not going to hold it against you.
Do it.
Do it. Always do it. Always go.
Do it.
But man, either way, that first round, what an end to it.
Yep.
Just like you said, Dragon handing it to him. Here's the round. And I feel like he probably just entered it a little too. He was still in block stun.
What he wanted to do?
Tell me.
I think he wanted to throw him into the corner.
So he was possibly looking for like a tick
and
throw.
I think that he just either misinput a throw if he had button shortcuts on for 1+3.
Yep. Again, always check your buttons.
Or just had a brain fart and like went for the punish, right, and was like, oh no, I should use this to switch side mid, right? That can happen. That happens to a lot of us where in the middle of something, we're like, I should have done this.
That's the official terminology, the brain fart?
Yeah.
It's just more like hesitation between the two options.
Exactly.
Like you started in your mind and in your muscles, you started inputting one option, and then midway you're like, wait, no, I want something else. Yes, that could have been it.
And so I think what he even did there, we'll have to look back, is that he did stand one and then tried to throw.
It's one of those late decisions that you alter.
Oh
my possibly wanted the especially because at the end, corner positioning is very powerful, especially against a character like Cetrion who has full screen options. Now she does have the teleport to get out of the corner, but either way, it's a good way to limit the options that any character has. Whether they have a teleport to get out or not, you can kind of force them to panic and go at it. But coming up on the stage next for you guys is Coach Steve, who's going to be taking on Noble Samij.
Samij, who is right there on the cusp of Final Combat right now. He's at 11th in points. See how he does here? He has a savage pool. He has to face Coach Steve here. The winner of this gets to face Scar for top 16. And Dragon with that victory will play against Toxin for top 16. Pool number 1. We're getting into it, baby.
Just 1/4 of the action here. There's so much more, so you guys don't want to tune away at all. Big shout outs to the pro competition. Big shout outs to NRS.
These two have never met in MK11, but Coach said that he was ready, he's confident, and that he wanted this matchup.
He wanted. I think Coach Steve, both these guys are very methodical players who don't like to take risks unless it's gonna win them the game.
They're also very confident on both of these guys. That's what I love about even the veteran like Coach Steve. He's just so confident and just has such a strong neutral game, right? Yeah, that's what he's all about. He's just very solid fundamentally.
Yeah, I feel like Coach Steve is all about his normals. Not really looking for throws. Oh, that counter hit, and it hurts so much. Both these characters have very challenging mids that can lead into a lot of damage, and it's just incredible. It's going to be so scary to go for throws, and I feel like in this matchup we're going to be seeing very little throwing here. Not sure if he wanted the side switch, but just said, you know what, let me go for the damage. This is against Jackie. I don't want to risk dropping it against a small hurt box character.
If that wasn't the biggest sign of knowledge, I don't know what was. Out of Samij, he was at that 4-2-2 range with Jackie, right? And knew it would whip and just made the read he was going to swing there. That was crazy.
He was betting that it wasn't going to be that dash punch instead. Good little check by Coach Steve. Oh, the input error! And that's going to cost him so much health. Let's see how much, because he's got no breakaway. Going to go into the Muay Thai clinch right into the corner. 32%. Coach Steve back in this. What? The immediate fatal blow as soon as he got any kind of breathing room. And Coach Steve just can't believe that this game escaped him here.
Is that different Samij that I talked about? He takes risks nowadays, and even talking with him before this tournament started, he's like, he's like, do you know how many games you can win by just holding up in situations where you shouldn't, or doing something that you shouldn't, right? And even there, it's like I said, this is a difference to me from those days of only playing safe. I like it, baby. Paying off there.
I love it, paying off there immensely here. Good blocking by Coach Steve, but didn't catch that last part. Maybe he just didn't think Samij was going to commit to it and probably expecting some kind of stagger. Of course, fulfilling that crushing blow requirement, being the solo hit in that 3-hit string. Oh, what an anti-air by Coach Steve. So simple, just a little stand jab to stop Samij from jumping around like a madman. We talk again about how little throwing we're seeing in this matchup. And I don't feel like it's this matchup specifically. I think it's more of this player versus this player.
But both of them are so good at exposing them.
Exactly. So they're both definitely afraid of it. Great ender here by Samij, closing it out. He's one round away from taking it over Coach Steve. This is a race to 2, so this is do or die for Coach Steve. Good challenge here, Coach Steve, looking a little bit more risky of a player, so Samij needs to understand that he is willing to take those risks. Looking for a risk of his own, but I think it's just a little too slow from Coach Steve.
So smart there by Samij. He gave up Loki off of that sweep, side switch, and this is the reward, because now he's got Coach Steve right where he wants him. Puts him to the corner, so the coach with the savage jump out of the corner there.
Just jumping
Takes it out alive, kind of scary against the character with some of the best anti-airs in the game.
Easily one of the best anti-airs in the game. These guys are going so far from this corner all the way to the mid-screen.
No meter whatsoever for Samij, still trying to make it work. Nice blow up there by Coach. Could have gotten it down too. Could have really made a monumental comeback if he made a bigger read on that high.
He could have, but he still has time to do it as Samij is not going to get breakaway, so this is going to do a lot of damage. Going to do some good corner carry, and Coach Steve says, you know what, let me take the extra little bit of damage. It's not going to be enough because it's going to scale so far at the end of the combo.
That did a lot!
It did do a lot. Come on, man. Give me some props for knowing it wasn't going to kill him there in that situation. The last breath, and that was it!
Oh, no!
The miscalculation from Coach Steve. He thought he had a little bit less health, and that last breath from Samij, the full bar of defensive meter, giving you access to one more breath of life instead of getting chipped out. And Coach Steve going with that very punishable grease kick.
Yes. Oh, betting it all, being... There's no worse feeling than when you're off by an actual percentage. Like one hit, one single hit on block or hit.
It literally could have been anything. That difference between that last round was the difference between getting hit or blocking a down one, flawless blocking something that you possibly wouldn't or don't always do. And sometimes it just happens like that. So Coach Steve just literally needs to.
Did you see him get into my space?
He did. That was very. He just really wanted to get close to you. So, I don't know, Mr. Aquaman just going nuts.
Sorry.
There's actually no one around. He's just doing it at ghosts.
I'm just doing this for your guys' entertainment.
Yeah, he's just going nuts.
What that sets up is Samij versus Scar for top 16. Wow.
And top 16 is going to be tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
So a little bit different than the normal schedule that we're seeing.
Noon Eastern, so same start time.
Yes.
Here at Dreamhack, and once top 16 starts, we're going all the way through.
Yes.
There's no huge break. There's gonna be a little bit of a break between top 16 and top 8 to give us all a breather. But we're going all the way through it, baby, at noon tomorrow. And just to give you guys an update of what's happening on the loser side of this pool, as we have stayed on the winner side throughout the entire thing. Mr. Solo Lobo getting some wins. We'll be facing Station. Winner of that plays Honeybee. Honeybee with some victories over Salmer. Oh, no, I don't like your face taking it over Salmer, actually. And then I don't like your face falling to Honeybee 2-0. Coach Steve falls to face Game Tech. And the Mighty Unjust 2-0 over Ekidus or Manager Matt in the bracket. So the winner of Coach Steve versus Game Tech will face Mighty Unjust. That's a big one.
That is going to be a big one.
And that's has it happened before?
I believe they have played at Mortal Kombat New Jersey in a previous one, but the Mighty Unjust usually reigns supreme in that area, but I'm not sure if he's directly fought Coach Steve.
And here's what's crazy is that we could potentially have a matchup like that. Coach Steve versus the Mighty Unjust. The winner of that doesn't make it out. The winner of that will face the winner or the loser of, let's see. Let me scroll up and see because I'm going to give you the exact scenario.
And you guys can actually do what he's doing too by going on Smash.gg. That's all you got to do.
I'm just like,
he's just scrolling through, looking through the brackets, putting on that, the bracketology.
This feels really good. Okay, but
tell me.
All right. The loser of Dragon versus Toxin goes there. So Coach Steve potentially versus Mighty Unjust. The winner of that will face the loser of that, and that's to get out.
So tough. It is so tough to get out, and that's what it is.
Four out per pool, by the way.
Yes.
2 on the winners, 2 on the losers. So right now we're going to have Dragon versus Toxin for top 16 winners. Scar versus Samij for top 16 winners. And then on the losers bracket, it's just going to be downright savagery all over again.
It's incredible. I mean, so fast you can go from, I'm a top player, I'm pretty good, and to I'm out. That's it. And you're out. All these players, I mean, you just look at the names that we named off here. Only 4 of them are going to be advancing, and the rest of them are going to be going home early.
I think that the general consensus walking around this venue, talking to players, was all the same. Everyone looked at each other and just went, like, I'm sorry. like every player
Can we get some game sound,
Every
please?
single player that I talk to, I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like,
you're just sorry.
It's just
you're
a
just sorry
bloodbath.
I did this to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry this has happened. You're all gonna die.
You're done.
It's unfortunate how many people we are gonna see not make it out of pools, but that just goes to show you the strength of the competition and the event here at Dreamhack Montreal.
Well, I feel like we're getting to the nitty-gritty a little bit faster than usual, which is really a great viewer experience, in my opinion. And that's really what I love, and it's so much, so much fun.
There's no
seeing
waiting
these titans
until Saturday night, like the final part of Saturday night into Sunday top 8. No, you're getting everything.
No, everything right now, right here. And of course, guys, big shout-outs to the NRS, shout-outs to Roadrunner, shout-outs to everyone who made this pro competition tour possible.
That was the sickest intro I've ever seen. I've never seen that before. That was awesome.
Then retreat from
That was the most anime thing I've ever seen in Mortal Kombat. That was cool.
What do you think of that helmet, that Noob Saibot helmet?
It's sweet.
It's got some little horns there. All right, now this is not a button check. We saw it already. Now, Beyond Toxic going to be continuing to rock the seeing a double Noob Saibot. Now, the thing you really gotta, yes, he's got full screen options just like that. Great vine grab here from Dragon, and just not skipping a beat here, not dropping the opportunity here, trying to low profile with that down 3 as Toxic trying to take that turn back. Great blocks there, flawless blocks back to back from both players, and Dragon connecting with that back row.
He's gonna stay full screen. No, but Dragon wanted to close the gap right there. That's kind of a rare thing to see from him, but it looked like seeing double zoning might be a little bit of an issue here for Dragon, whether it's a bad trade or even as you saw start the match, taking away the Hell's Wrath, taking away the aerial game. And this is a character Centron, known for being a zoner, but is one of the more stronger aggressors in this game. He's got fantastic buttons, fantastic stagger game, and Dragon might want to play this up close. I'm curious to see his approach here. It's not a matchup that we've seen a lot of the pro competition, but I'm glad we're starting to see this character do Saibot some more. We've seen a plenty of Centurion from this man Dragon himself.
Oh yes, we have. He's been putting this character on the map, so to speak. And it doesn't matter what matchup he's got towards him. I think he's playing it a little bit more aggressive because Noob Saibot does have the ability to teleport and track an attack anywhere, wherever he is on the screen, just instantly. So, Dragon a little bit more aware of that, trying to think a little bit more about the projectiles he's throwing and trying not to take as many risks. But it looks like Toxin is also not willing to commit to any teleports. So I think I see Dragon getting a little more comfortable here.
They're almost playing it. They're almost trying to play the same exact range, and Dragon just is better at it. If I'm being honest with you right now. Right now, he is.
We're seeing that here. I mean, this is, it looks like it's going to be 2 rounds straight. Now, Toxin has been in this situation before against Honeybee. He was able to make it, and he goes. And I think Dragon just adding a little bit of insult to injury, going for that very unnecessary down 2 crushing blow
honestly,
to make a statement over Toxin.
Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Please do. I think that Sabbath might be better.
Still.
In this matchup.
Oh, in this matchup,
Yes.
I think so only because the teleport is going to be giving you,
teleport.
yes, it's going to be giving you more damage. Now seeing Double not having access to amplifying the teleport into a combo, but instead just amplifies the teleport into a little bit more damage. So you're right. I think that could be the difference between, but like we said before, I think Toxin fully made the shift over to seeing Double.
Fight.
And again, sticking with Seeing Double, not trying to stray away, trying to fight through this matchup with the tools that Apollo has given.
Now that was fantastic spacing out of Toxin there. Almost fell onto an active geyser right there. Luckily, he was able to get the block, and now with the help lead on the offensive by Dragon, that was what they stacked it. Wake up 2-1-2. And he was even ready for the breakaway.
He was immediately ready for the breakaway. A good time to do it is right when your opponent has utilized some resources, whether that's a one-time crushing blow or some amplified special moves. Either way, Toxin's still in this as long as he doesn't go for another ride.
Extra damage. Seeing Double players, Noob Saibot players are loving the extra damage on the amplified shadows, whether it's the low or even the tackle right there, because before, there was no reason to amplify tackle, and now there is. The cash out's there.
Yeah, the cash out is there. You got to fill that crushing blow requirement of 10 shadows connecting. I feel like we're like around 5 or 6 already. Good little lift here from Dragon. Going to be doing so much damage here in the corner. The backdash right into the punish. There's two ways to expose a forward roll from your opponent. You can either throw on the rolling animation, or you can whiff punish, just like Dragon did right there in front of his opponent.
That was perfectly executed. I would be shook right now as Dragon is going to put himself on match point.
The read of all reads so far in this set. Dragon dashing back, utilizing that incredible backdash from Cetrion to be able to cancel and go for the punish so meticulously well here. Good jump in from Toxin, but a great reaction here by Dragon. Didn't want to get tossed in the corner, but instead buying himself a little bit of real estate with that tech and not feeling trapped.
That swing of Toxin really turned this entire match around. Dragon had him locked in the corner where he wanted. It's about to become Stagger City, and he's rebuilt the space now with the health lead. We'll see what Dragon can do with it.
And looks like at that range, really nothing Noob Saibot can do. And again, that crushing blow that all you Noob Saibot players said we will never see at a high level. Well, it doesn't get any higher than this. You're going up against Dragon.
Dragon only a hit away. He's going to get the fatal blow. This is going to put himself in a winning position here. Really good defensive set of Toxin. We'll see if he can get some more on the stones. He does. Max level 2. And on the Hyper Beam, not very effective with all those defensive bars that came out. But Dragon taking the lead. Let's see if he can chip away at this. He's playing a little more defensive now. And I love how he changes to the offensive out of nowhere. Once he closes the gap in the active wall, is going to take it. Dragon 2-0. But that was close right there.
That was close. These guys came down to the wire here. And I love that decision there from Dragon to just kind of set himself up, like you said a little bit before. Not really going to be the last play to win him the game, but enough for him to find a few staggers here. Hits and ticks. And of course, how do you get around that wall? So difficult.
He was so good at playing at that mid-range, right? And then whenever Toxin got within a certain spot, he would completely flip right, and he would go from walking backwards or playing the Hell's Wrath game to offense. Like, but it only happened when Toxin got into a certain distance or like a certain range, and it's as if Dragon is so good at knowing. I don't even know how to say that. Like, he's so good. He's just really good.
He's just good at everything.
He's really good, but I
know what you mean. Like, he's so good at
awareness.
turning it on.
Like, he has such good awareness of where your opponent is, and it's as if he has a feel for when you get into a certain range for him to play differently. It's so unique.
Well, I mean, in that matchup, it is going to be very unique because both those characters have, a set amount of tools up close and, that are good, and a completely different set amount of tools from full screen. So it's more about,
it's very
being able
to, of like when you get to a certain range, his mind makes a complete 180, and every instinct, everything changes to doing different tools, different things to cover, different options at that range once you get into it, and he's so ready for it.
That's what it is, and it's performing a different dance. Once you get close, once you go back to far, and kind of like faking your opponent out, where like you're pretending to go in up close so that they rely on the other tool set. They're going to be looking for that other tool set, and then you use something that you have to perfectly counter that. And I feel like Toxin was starting to keep up towards the end. But again, like you said, no one does it better than Dragon.
That's right.
Because this man is, you look at all the characters he's played, he's a very passive player, likes to sit back, likes to take his time, and again, kind of more like dance around, that fine line between like, I'm up close, I'm far away.
He has come a long way from Kobu Tonya.
Yeah. I think a lot of players have since then. I think you can only go one way after that character.
Yep.
But either way, let's not throw shade.
So with that victory, Dragon making top 16 winners, and I believe that making it out on both sides, they have to play each other in top 16. So this next match, big one by the way, massive. Circle it, star it, highlight it. You can do that for almost every match here, but Scar versus Samish coming up next, and the winner of that I think is going to be lined up to play Dragon in top 16. I'm about to hit this button on Smash GG.
That's it. Hit that refresh button. It's so
Out
easy,
of pools,
guys.
You just click that, and it's going to take me to top 16.
So
Bam.
Easy. Smash.gg.
So yes, the winners of every pool are going to be facing each other. So Dragon will face whoever wins this match.
So we're not splitting pools away. Usually, when you have multiple pools,
it does,
say 8 or 16.
This,
yeah.
Rather than.
It's okay. We're sticking it through. So we see, who's gonna be making it out. And again, you guys can follow along. Smash.gg, DHMTL19. You guys can see.
So useful having that there,
yeah,
right?
it's so useful having that there. And you guys can see every single bracket, the way it's going to unfold, not just for this game, but all the games that are going to be played this this weekend here at Dreamhack.
So let's take a look at this matchup that we got coming up. This is Scar, Samij, both of them placing well really early on in the pro competition, right? Scar winning combo breaker, Samij making top 8 at combo breaker with Katana, by the way, which is just crazy.
A character that he left a long time ago.
and then the results started going down, and he finally, at Evolution, was like, Katana's not going to do it for me. Made the switch to Cassie Cage, and he finally re-got a decent result at Evolution. Put himself in a good spot. He's 11 in points. He's going to try to turn things around here. We are, it looks like, in a match here. Samij versus Scar. Hopefully the game audio is going to be coming through.
Yeah, hopefully the game audio is on, but hopefully it doesn't matter either way. These guys are going into it. Again, buttons are checked. You want to make sure everything is right and everything ready to go. Up glow kick there, didn't amplify anything because it did hit. That amplification is usually reserved for the opportunities where you get the where the glow kick gets blocked, because you want to stay safe. You want to keep that string safe, and you more or less want to keep your turn, as it has a lot of great space after the block stuff.
This has been a fantastic round out of Samij right here. Everything working on an anti-air. Only 112 damage, though. Not enough for the kill, but Samij takes round number 1. And this has been
Ready.
I don't think that
Round 2. Fight.
This has never happened before.
Tell me.
Scar has played 3 Digital Soldiers back to back. Are you kidding me? I haven't seen Digital Soldiers since the patch. And he gets 3 back-to-back, and 2 of them being some of the best in the world.
I mean, Scar's probably just
He is
as
so ready for this
surprised.
matchup, I guess.
I don't know. He has to be. He's looking great here, but not really against Samij, as Samij taking that
I
first
just realized,
round.
like, what are the odds of that happening?
Bracketology, man. It's a real science. Look it up. Unusual use of that string there. I feel like I almost never see it, but catching Scar off guard here is Samij meeting there. Yes, I love it. The low crush mid to really just stop anything coming at you low. And I think it's usually good at stopping down ones if you do time them and space them correctly here. Samij looking a little different here in this round number 2. Not as comfortable, but he is just 1 combo and hopefully a successful fatal blow away
Wow.
from taking this. No, he didn't commit. He didn't commit to the low shot.
Didn't commit whatsoever, still has a breakaway. Now if he gets that same exact potential hit confirm fatal blow, could do it.
Easily.
Ooh.
And I think that's a good trade for Scar, especially considering the momentum.
Because it traded, it didn't activate the crushing blow. That's what's unique about some of these crushing blow requirements, is that if you get a trade on around the near, it's like, oh, took the risk. Again, this is risky Samij. This is post-patch.
Post-patch Samij. So he's got new software inside his head.
This is a different machine.
But yeah, no, now, just like Scar demonstrated, that fatal blow, although it's one of the tougher ones to punish, is still punishable.
I mess it up all the time.
It's really easy.
I can just be honest with you.
It's really easy to mess it up. The timing is very strict, but for a pro like Scar, it's just another day in the office. Good block of the overhead here from Scar, waking up with that.
And of course, none other than Scar gets to utilize a smoke bomb in a game the character's not even in. That's ridiculous. Scar taking it.
I mean, what was the difference here? He adapted, he changed, he kind of saw, Samij was a little bit more willing to take the risk, and Scar was ready for it, not letting his guard down at all. And again, that crucial changing point there in the matchup was when Samij just kind of desperately went for that fatal blow, and Scar was ready to punish. So you really got to wonder. Now, Samij, you talked about this before, where he started this game as a Katana main, and he switched over. I feel like it's not a common thing for a player like Samij to do midway through a game's life. He's a character loyalist.
Specialist, like through and through.
Round 1.
But I guess it just depends if the character that he's loyal to is, fulfilling the requirements that he needs.
He is so loyal, he didn't come off Catwoman versus Captain Cold. Like,
he went for it. He did some incredible things in that matchup. I remember the jump-in whip bounce cancel was incredible to get around the puddle. But either way, this is Mortal Kombat 11. What a punish here from Scar. Identifying the amplification of the low shot, walking forward, and again, textbook punish. Scar is looking so great this weekend. Samij needs to really dig deep if he wants to take this win over him.
Yeah, these are 2 guys in a very similar situation on the pro competition. competitively right now, and it's only one that's going to make it through, and it is Scar, who's playing very strong, and this could be the turnaround that Samij needs. Going through! Mama Blade right there!
Going through. She's a small hurt box character, but Samij looking for these trades. That both these characters do have 950 health, so just exactly the same amount. The forward roll to get around the drone. Didn't want to block anything that Sonya was going to throw. Now he's got to watch out for the amplified.
What a walk down by Samij right there. That was from down and down, and now with the health lead gets hit by the second hit, and he has been doing those normals underneath the highs almost all game long. And if you just crouch and don't do anything, you just block the mid, right? But because he's doing those normals, he's getting punished for it.
And I think right there what happened was Scar cashed in on that amplification, and Samij did not think he had it yet. Didn't expect the mid onion ring to follow up. What a neutral jump here by Samij, but doesn't really fully commit or capitalize, instead just getting a kick to get off of him.
That's a downside of going for that neutral jump read, is that you fully commit to the jump kick, because if you're wrong, it's the harder one to anti-air, right?
Exactly.
But in that situation, if you fully believe in that neutral jump, you come down with the punch, you get the full combo.
You get the full combo. That's
Because
really...
jump kicks are hard to convert off of.
Exactly, exactly. You do get a great convertibility in the corner, and if you get that perfect little cross-up timing, a lot of characters can continue a great combo. But instead right here, Scar looking to not take any risks. He's very methodical about when he's shooting those onion rings, doesn't want to overcommit, and he's just willing to block because he's got a lot more health to play with, as Samij is down to less than 20% of health here.
Oh, 220% command grab interactable, and Scar, your combo breaker champion, trying to return to form, and he's looking good so far. Going to make it through on the winner's side of top 16 and set up the matchup against Dragon. What a highlight of a match to start off top 16, just Scar versus Dragon.
Yeah, and I feel like these two players have been kind of, going about the season in a different, they've had different rhythms, Like you said before, Scar winning the first event at Combo Breaker over Sonic Fox, and he's going to be, and then afterwards he kind of, wasn't getting the results he wanted, where Dragon was on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. And again, that one player that Dragon is having such a tough time beating is the one that Scar beat at Combo Breaker in that grand final. So I really can't wait for these two titans to clash.
I can't wait at all. And Scar, you talk about the results, hopefully until this tournament. Looks like he's turning things around, but that drop in points, we didn't really see that coming after Combo Breaker. We expected him to be at that apex level, and we talk about it like he's fallen like a lot. No, he's dropped to 8th in points, but I know that's not where Scar wants to be. Scar wants to be right up there. He wants to be knocking on #1 door, because that's just the man he is. I
mean, look, after you win Combo Breaker, you can either stay where you are by keep winning, or you can drop. And really, you can't blame even an incredible player like Scar from dropping, because that's the only way you can go from there.
So, we look at it like that, but it's hard.
It's tough, man. It's tough to consistently. It's almost like the amount of willpower that he utilized to take out Sonic Fox in that grand finals just kind of drained him for the whole season. But right now he's looking great. But it is still very, very early. This is only one pool of these 4 massively talent-filled pools. And speaking of talent,
so
go ahead.
Guess who? Okay, so this is Station versus Honeybee. Again, not to make it out. And the winner plays Samij. That is tough.
That is tough, man.
And on the flip side, we do have Coach Steve versus Mighty Unjust, winner of that Will Face Toxin.
Do you think I need
and guess what,
leadership
guys?
training?
We're slated to have every single match on stream. You aren't missing a single thing, baby.
You guys are not missing anything as we're just tearing through these games. Big shout outs to the production. Big shout outs to everyone putting on this incredible event, and make sure you guys see the best of the best slugging it out here in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, interesting thing about both these players, both of them are Flash specialists from the Injustice 2 days.
Yes, they were.
And I'm actually, like you said before, Station loves mix-up. So a character like Jax does have plenty of them. He's got lows, he's got command grab, and of course overheads. Some riskier than others, but I feel like they both had similar upbringings. but decided to stray on 2 completely different paths.
Especially Grin and Barrett having access to extra mix-up. That can be safe, but here's the thing is that it needs a lot of knowledge to blow up. It's Grin and Barrett. We'll see how much experience Honeybee has in the matchup. As he came out of the gate, not with Noob, not with Devora, we're seeing Cassandra Cage. I heard Digital Soldier was dead, and I'm getting proven wrong here.
Clearly not, as you see how much work this character,
There are 4 of them in this pool.
specifically this variation, is doing here. Honeybee taking that first round, so he's got the lead here. Good patience here by Station, but quickly getting beat out as he tries to close the gap between himself and Cassie Cage. And what a throw from Honeybee. Station caught, holding onto that block button just a little too hard.
And we haven't seen Station really get going at all so far, on stream anyway. In losers, he may have popped off, and we have no idea.
I mean, that first round against Dragon, he had him, man. He had him dead to rights. But either way, hopefully he can shake it off and perform here against Honeybee. And like you said before, Jax is a snowball. So once he gets that momentum, it could spell death. And all he really needs is that fatal blow. You can see Honeybee is terrified of that fatal blow that hits mid-screen and hits as a mid. Back throw to seal the deal here.
Getting yeeted into that drone.
Getting yeeted.
Station. Honeybee taking game number 1. And once again, this is only for the
Jax.
the luck,
Cassie
the
Cage.
privilege,
Warcat.
the unfortunateness of running into Samish to try to make it out. Now, someone like Honeybee, this is do or die for him on the pro competition. He needs to perform here because he is in a tight spot. He's at 18th in points. If he doesn't find a way to make it through in pure points alone, he does have Northern Arena, which does have 1 available position to get in the final combat. But Bio has been running it.
Yes, he has, especially in this game. A little bit of a different pace from the Injustice 2 series. Oh, what a flawless block punish here by Station, forcing Honeybee to come off that breakaway, but no conversion here. Didn't expect the first one to whiff and didn't adjust the combo there precisely enough to keep it going. But Station's got some momentum, never mind. Honeybee putting an end to that, then down to recognizing the switch dance and going over to the other side to buy some real estate. Honeybee pushing him a little bit closer to the corner. What a little punish to get under there, but doesn't keep the momentum going. Honeybee ready to fight back, but gets whip punished. Oh my God, Station going in here, and he's gonna be putting him a little closer to the corner.
Nice side switch, has the arms needed, and this is gonna do it. Honeybee gonna save that defensive bar. Very smart stuff. Going to come off it right there. Jackson in the corner. Look at this man's arms. He is glowing, coming in hot and ready like a Little Caesars pizza, baby.
Coming in hot and ready. The jump in gets completely anti-air by Honeybee. A little too slow on the whip punish, so Station in the driver's seat here gets the first round, and the crushing low forward throw. It hurts so much, 33%. Someone help Honeybee.
Your health bar gets Thanos.
Just on. Snap. Totally worth the crushing blow. Totally worth giving up all the heat on those arms. Good throw escape. Incredible reactions by Station. Looking for trades that are going to be in his favor considering the life lead. Trying to jump over the other side, and Honeybee perfectly anti-airing.
What?
What? I don't know why either player did not want to commit to anything different than just not walking and just hitting with that
here we go. And Station, out of nowhere, coming to life before our eyes, is going to take us to a final game against Honeybee. Yeet!
This is what I like to see, showing a little bit of life. And Honeybee, respecting
if he would have.
Yeah, if he would have. He's making him watch.
Oh.
He fighter selected the first game.
But if Honeybee would have committed off of all 3 of those forward 4s, off any of them, into a fatal blow zone.
It would have been, yeah, easily.
Well, it would have been a final round, right?
Yeah. It would have been a final round. I believe that was 2 straight for Station. I mean, he just had it in control. Can we talk about how he made him watch that fatal? I mean, shout-outs to Rio back in the MK9 days, forcing every opponent in his path to the grand finals to just watch the Cabal fatality over and over and over again.
We knew what it was, trust, like by the end, right? Oh!
A little stagger here from Station, challenging afterwards with a down one. Not gonna be sure. I'm not sure if Honeybee's gonna be looking for it again.
Not again. Here we go. Finally
times.
on the third one though, he was like, enough of this.
He's
Enough
like,
is enough.
he's not gonna block this. He's not gonna block this. And Station just looking for the high,
Round
looking
two.
for the throw.
Fight.
Not sure if that's gonna be the high string from Cass. That one right there, that gives you a crushing blow as it just rearranges your organs on the inside of you.
That second hit comes so fast. I don't think there is whiff punishing it.
It's tough. It's tough. It recovers quickly too. So
That
you
was a
really
cool
gotta,
looking
you
string.
really gotta anticipate it.
You really do. And he gets a tough spot here with his back to the corner. Honeybee sitting on match point. Big health lead. Fatal blow is available. Can Station get the Jax train rolling here? Big whiff.
Doesn't go for the throw that Honeybee was looking for, but instead going with that very oppressive
And now,
mid.
now that we're under 70% health, fatal blow into one mix-up can do it.
Easily, could easily do it. Jumping in and getting anti-aired again. Last chance here, not gonna have last breath, but does have less than 1%.
Oh, and bending it all in the, what looked like a forward two there at a Station, and Honeybee gonna take it 2-1. That was a great fight at a Station though. You gotta like that he was able to keep his head held high after that first game, where Honeybee was just in full control from start to end, and not to lose his cool, especially getting kicked in the chest like 7 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to lose your cool. It's so easy to lose your composure after going down in a game like that. But Station was able to perform, able to get a game on the board, and even was able to show everyone at home a nice fatality. One of my favorite fatalities in the game, as it's more of a comic
It was.
one.
It was.
Yeah. It's a little bit of comic relief there from NRS. So big shout out to that fatality. Definitely love it more than the clothesline from hell. But
The
big shout outs to Station. Unfortunately, that is the lower side of the bracket,
And
so
so
he
he
is
is-
out of the tournament.
he is out.
And again, you guys can follow along at home. Just go to smash.gg. I cannot tell you this enough. Maybe this is going to be the last time on this
It
block.
is so easy to follow along.
Oh,
It's-
yeah,
It's insane. And how quick these pro comp guys are updating those brackets. That is going to set up Honeybee versus Samij for top 16.
That's going to be
Coming up very shortly. Up now, we should have Coach Steve going up against the Mighty Unjust, a battle of the Northeast.
Yes, battle from the Northeast. Coach Steve hailing from the Bronx in New York City, and the Mighty Unjust hailing from Bergen County. Big shout outs to anyone from New Jersey that knows that county. You have no
If
idea
you know
what I'm
any of
talking
those
about.
areas, just shout out.
Big shout outs, yes, if you've ever driven through there. But, you know, Mighty Unjust solidifying his spot as the best player in New Jersey for Mortal Kombat 11. Again, a very talented player, a very young player.
Yes, got some really good victories at some of those too.
Yes.
Over Gurr,
Yes.
over Forever Elite, like really big victories and getting a victory in the entire event. I believe
Yes.
was it the last one or the one before the last one?
It was the Forever Elite one was the one of the last one,
Last,
but he's actually back-to-back champion for Mortal Kombat New Jersey, number 3 and number 2.
There we
So
go.
again, just holding it down against really good players like Gurr, and let's see what he can do against Coach Steve. Now, Coach Steve, I feel like when I see him in a different light here. When you see Coach Steve at a local, it's not the same as seeing Coach Steve at a major
Yeah.
tournament. He's just got like this different little twinkle in his eye. He's a little bit more reserved, a little bit more serious, and he wants to win, man. This guy wants to win. He
He's
wants to get those points. He is
Incredibly
hungry.
Very hungry is Coach
Very
Steve.
hungry.
Very talented
Cassie
across multiple
Cage.
fighting
Oh,
games.
so many different fighting games.
He has been playing NRS for quite some time, going back to Injustice 1,
Oh yes,
all the way.
Aquaman.
Back when he wasn't even Coach Steve.
He was actually the reason Honeybee didn't make it into the top 8 for EVO the
Yes.
second year of Injustice
Yep.
1.
He was a really good gatekeeper. was Coach Steve, and was
Fight.
at one point considered the best Aquaman in Injustice 1. At one point, it was like right before Theo really made a big run in the late of it. And it was early on winning mirrors against Brady. It was great
It was
stuff.
good. It was good because he was kind of utilizing those solid fundamentals that he's learned from other games. Coach Steve is a very good player. Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and my favorite game
Jackie
to watch
Briggs.
Coach Steve play is probably Ultimate Marvel vs.
Cassie
Capcom
Cage.
3.
Ultimate
That
Marvel's
game is.
Capcom. He's really good at
Lost
Dragon Ball. I think it was
Hive
top
of the
32 or
Titan.
64 at EVO in that game.
That's right. That's right. It's so good. I mean, across so many different fighting games, and that's a talent that is so rare and so remarkable. And I cannot iterate that enough. It's just it's incredible.
Round
So
Here
tough
we go.
to do.
Mighty
Fight.
Unjust. Coach Steve. Winner to face Toxin for top 16 on the loser's side here. It's going to be Digital Soldier, who has been running rampant in this particular pool.
It's like they put them all in this specific pool and out of the last 3, and the guts getting rearranged in there.
It honestly might be a mirror between Speech and Honeybee.
Could be. Could be. I don't know if we want to see this. Great back 3 as an anti-air, but I believe I think that was an input error there, possibly looking for a downward gunshot. Yeah. But I think he just got the gunshot instead of the normal that he was trying to cancel from gunshot. But it's okay. The Mighty Unjust continuing here, backing off, not trying to take any risks, not trying to guess wrong on Coach Steve's wake up, but instead forcing Coach Steve to utilize one of each defensive and offensive bar.
That was a unique choice by Coach Steve there, because he could have broken away and avoided all that damage, but didn't break away, but still came off of 2 bars on the wake up after losing all the health.
Well, see, the thing is, when you see an opponent that is holding on to breakaway, the first thing you want to think about is, okay, he's
giving up. That's true.
He wants to hold it for something else, so you got to anticipate the roll, you got to anticipate the wake up attack, whether that's up 3 from vulnerability or up 2 for the anti-air combo.
If I was in that situation, I would also be thinking that they've just given up on this round entirely.
That's true, that's true.
And gotten offensive like the Mighty Unjusted right there, so is Coach Steve maybe calling out that?
Could be here. A great challenger with the mid. It does come right after the high, but it comes quickly after that high. A little poke here from Coach Steve. Now the Mighty Unjust does have access to that fatal blow, but Coach Steve, I thought that was going to be enough. Never mind. 950, not that much of a reduction. Still had a little bit of health there at the end. Again, both these characters got the same treatment recently from that patch. They both kept their very challenging mid, very fast mid, and just received a little bit of a health reduction here.
A little bit of health reduction, a little bit of a slap on the wrist to Jackie's damage, to Cassie's safety, but it's all still there. It's just been minutely, that's not a word at all, changed.
That's okay. That's our second new word today. You guys are witnessing history as Aquaman is rewriting the dictionary here. Great reaction here of the overhead from Coach Steve. And what a whiff punish, but he's got a mountain to climb here. He does have fatal blow, connecting the forward throw. I think the Mighty Unjust was willing to take that instead of taking a regular hit.
There we go. Jackie does have the damage. The grease kicks here. No breakaway for Unjust means that he is 1 hit away right now from a massive Real Master comeback by Coach Steve, and that is going to do it! Are you kidding me? It was that quick.
Decision.
It was in a blink of an eye, a snap of the fingers, and that health bar disappeared.
Every single decision.
The camera wasn't on Unjust there for a second. His head was down. That got to him. And that is not a good sign on stage.
But look, and that when you show your opponent that, you are fazed by that, that makes them feel more comfortable.
Yeah, Coach is going to pounce now.
Coach feels comfortable, and he's not going to break. If the roles were reversed and Coach Steve didn't make that clutch comeback, or if that clutch comeback happened to him, Coach Steve would not break. This man is a veteran, like I said before, across multiple fighting games.
And
so
that
he knows
could be the difference in this matchup.
And that mind game, the real life mind game of showing your opponent any kind of weakness is true across any game. Any game you're playing competitively, you don't want to give your opponent any kind of information. So right now, Coach Steve is going to be going into this game knowing that the Mighty Unjust is shook.
Yes, this is that mental battle on top. These are the layers of fighting games. That mentality is such a big part of it. And what you guys just witnessed on stage, again, if I was Coach Steve, I'd be like, this guy's shook. Let's get crazy.
Let's get crazy. Let's get crazy. Let's go for those risks, especially considering that Coach Steve does have a game to play with, as this is a 1-2. What a conversion from the cross-up jump kick.
This is the start that you want. To the corner we go. He has a deadly interactable for use as well. That was like grease kicks, and this is that wildness that he just wants to stay in charge of the match.
And like I said, that's really what the Mighty Unjust has been doing. He's been methodically going for, this is my turn. Coach Steve isn't going to do the unsafe option like canceling into grease kick, and because of that, he got taken for a ride. Breaking away, Coach Steve having no access to any defensive bar for quite some time. Challenging there with the mid, faking out the throw. Now what's going to be the mix-up afterwards? No throw, as Coach Steve thought that he would have gone for the regular hit. Not going to be enough to chip him out.
Getting closer on the wire, coming up to the one, it's just a taste of his own medicine. Coach Steve towards the end of the last round just walking up with the 1-1s, and so is Mighty Unjust to close that out against the wake-up fatal blow. Coach Steve, but once again, really just wanted to, again, take away any kind of momentum with that fatal blow.
I mean, but you saw how Coach Steve was playing, and you saw how successful it is. You really got to give it to the Mighty Unjust for pulling his head out of that negative mentality.
Yes.
I know you're a big fan of that
I
monk
had to laugh at the
interactable.
monk.
I know, I
the
saw.
monk just clipped him full screen. That was so great to watch. I've never
Everyone
seen,
knows
it was so raw.
Everyone knows the best projectile in this entire game is when you throw the dead monk at your opponent. And the crushing blow, cracking the back of the skull of Cassie Cage.
Ooh, another raw dash punch. And now we're going coast to coast, corner to corner. And this is where Coach Steve has run amok on Mighty Unjust health bars. Fatal blow is one hit from getting back into this again. But on the flip side, so is Mighty Unjust. He can get one swing out, one forward for it confirmed. Anything right now, it's been a bullying of buttons from Coach Steve. Didn't get the throw out because that's the harder to do it. A flawless block of the wake up ridiculousness out of Coach Steve.
Final
And
Now
that's
beyond match point.
Fight.
That's a great option to block, to cover both options of up 3 or up 2 without overcommitting to any kind of animation. So either way, Coach Steve was ready for the block, ready for the wake-up roll, or ready for either wake-up attack.
I don't think that was an intended button. I don't even think I've seen Jackie do that normal in that situation before.
A very uncommon seen normal here. What a whip punish from Coach Steve, closing the gap and pushing him a little bit closer to the corner. Mighty Unjust jumping out, and Coach Steve is ready to block, ready to let him have his momentum, and Mighty Unjust running away with it, looking for the sweep. And what a punish here, gonna scramble those organs.
Life alert now for Coach Steve. Mighty Unjust trying to get back into this match. He wants to stay alive here at Dreamhack Montreal, and he's tired of getting bullied by the buttons, and with a swing of his own, it's gonna tie us up at 1-1.
Mighty Unjust showing signs of life here. He was on the brink of defeat after that immense comeback. But like I said, even in this situation where the Mighty
He
Unjust
put his head down on the win.
I'm telling you, he's giving Coach Steve information, and either way, Coach Steve, that man had a stone face. Not gonna move, not gonna show that his mentality is being broken. And the Mighty Unjust, I feel like, showing a little bit of weakness here mentally, but that's very common amongst new players.
Indeed. Composure is something that takes a long time to get, especially on stage. It took me years, and even then, still kind of not there, but here we go to the corner. Getting those pushes out, looking for the rough blow, but I mean, it was nice. He got out of the corner safely.
Yeah, I want to say that's really what that fatal blow was, because that fatal blow is still going to be accessible throughout the rest of the game. Right now, it is loaded and able to use here in round number 1, but the Mighty Unjust just wanted to get out of the corner, and he knew Coach Steve was going to be holding on to block when he sees that animation. What an anti-air!
And right there, when he was doing that forward four, looking for the hicker firm into it as well, not overcommitting, just looking for it. Nope, still going past it. No anti-air attempt on a Coach Steve right there. No commitment either there. The grease kick isn't going to be enough, and it is. He could have stayed crouched and punished him in that situation, but because he stayed high, got roundhouse to the mouth, and that cost Coach Steve earlier in this tournament, that exact situation, and almost burned him again. Luckily, Unjust took the hit.
Yes, luckily for Coach Steve, that could have spelled a disastrous loss in that first round, but instead, this is a completely different story. Coach Steve in the driver's seat here, Mighty Unjust fighting his way out with that pin, and what a side switch, but drops the end of the combo. And that is really unfortunate.
Coach to take a turn by not getting that restand. And they have reversed positions 20 times just in this round alone in that corner. They are fighting for themselves a scrap.
They are definitely fighting and scrapping back and forth, showing that they are on equal levels right now. The veteran versus the newcomer here, and he's just respecting everything Coach Steve is throwing his way. And Coach Steve not ready to punish, and Mighty Unjust caught him sleeping.
I mean, when do they not amplify that kick, right? It's just something that you're not looking for.
It's also something that Coach Steve is expecting. He's trying to flawless block into the crushing blow. It was enough. It met the requirement of the range, and it was enough to do it. And Mighty Unjust, you can just see that he's purely heartbroken here as Coach Steve moves on, and that's going to be the end of the range for Mighty Unjust. Oh, it's so clean.
Fatality.
Look at the heartbeat right through that clean,
that might be my favorite
tight
sound
clap.
effect in Mortal Kombat 11.
The heartbeat?
Is the thud of the heart against the glass. How'd you guys do that, NetherRealm? That's.
They took like a pacemaker, put like a dead heart around it,
and then
put it up on the glass. It's what the sound team can do for NRS games is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it blows my mind
And
every game that comes out.
The little things that they use to make the sounds that, so like they use things that are not anywhere near what you would think would sound like that, but that's what they use to do it. Like they use water, like water sounds come from like fruit being thrown against the wall. It's like, what?
They're sound technicians, all right?
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, clearly. Yeah. I mean, we see the product here, and what an incredible product. And it's just so many different things. You got to get creative.
Really good
stuff. You got to get creative.
Thereby, Coach, that was a fantastic battle.
Oh, my God. What
Another Game 3, just like Honeybee Station, both of those losers matches going the distance, and only to be rewarded with another tough one up next, as we've got Samij versus Honeybee for top 16 losers, and then Coach Steve versus Beyond Toxin for top 16 losers.
And we talked about, what a test of stamina that this weekend is going to be. If you look at the path of Coach Steve, went into losers pretty early, especially for him. And when you go into the lower bracket, you actually have to play almost twice as many games to make it just as far if you were to just stay in the upper bracket.
Didn't get easier.
No, they did not get easier.
As it turns out.
So you have to really wonder, even a veteran like Coach Steve, even someone who's calm and collected, you really got to wonder how his stamina tank is looking right now.
Because these players are not used to this in pools, right? Throughout the entire pro competition, because of the number of entrants, the pools have been, I don't want to throw the word out there, but easier, but less other top players in their way, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's more about, you have the path to kind of warm up, but now here at this event,
no warm-ups.
No warm-ups. You're getting right into the nitty-gritty, where it's, you're seeing these similar matches for top 32, for top 16, but you're just seeing them a lot faster, so there's no room to breathe. You can't take a break. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go relax in my room for 3 or 4 hours, and then I'm going to come back and play for top 32. No, you're playing for top 32
it's your entire
right
day,
now.
It's your entire day in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Your entire tournament life.
And top 16, again, uniquely here at Dreamhack, it's just going to be top 16 all the way through the top 8, where some of these players are also used to top 8 being set by then, and not having to play those extra matches.
It's tough, man. It's tough. And again, like you said, even when you get into that top 16, it's still going to be top 16 all the way to the end. So if you can make it to the end, it's all about stamina, man.
So we've got a big matchup here of Samij versus Honeybee. I talked about this is both of these guys need to win. They both need to win.
Sure.
And one of them won't.
It's tough. It's tough. But, Samij did get the results there at Combo Breaker at the first Pro Tour competition stop. And Honeybee is one of those players where we kind of expected him to have the similar results that he's had in MKX, Justice 2, and even in Justice 1. But he's just not where he wants to be.
He's up there, but not as high as we as a community would have expected. And he himself, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Expect himself to get the apex. 18th in points with a loss here would be difficult.
Would be tough.
Not going to put any more pressure on him. Luckily, he came here.
About throwing shade.
I am Shinnok's wrath.
Shinnok is my bitch.
She's not lying, guys. She's not lying. Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't finish MKX. She 100% made Shinnok her bitch.
100%.
Jumping in with that punch like Mr. Aquaman utilized earlier, saying that you get a much bigger reward for the jump-in punch, but it's a lot easier to anti-air instead of the jump-in kick.
And just like when Toxin was facing Honeybee, on the flip side, it's a Honeybee who openly or like willingly chose Noob Saibot against Cassie.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, I guess what he figured is that
he's like I lost it, so I guess Samij can lose it, right?
I feel like he doesn't want to play the Cassie mirror because he might only know how to play Cassie to counterpick Noob Saibot to avoid the Noob Saibot mirror.
Yeah.
Round 2, fight.
But I don't know. He's going with his main character. I don't disagree with it.
This might be a good test for Samij to see how well he knows seeing double, in particular post-patch.
Yes, post-patch is really when seeing double came up on the scene for real, giving him access to that amplified slide from mid-screen, and of course granting him all that mid-screen damage. Amplify, but doesn't challenge afterwards. I think he might have been close enough to punish, but I think Honeybee was anticipating the amplification. And again, what great down threes and down fours from Honeybee, just keeping Samij down, making sure the armor doesn't start up as Samij desperately looking to steal the round with that fatal blow. Left in his heading position, and a taste of his own medicine here. Samij on point.
Wait a minute, that's a lot of damage right there. Can he take it with another?
Finish him.
It was rough, man. I think the only thing that could have saved Honeybee in that situation, maybe a flawless block.
Maybe a flawless block, maybe trying to get him with a shadow before the gun or the bullet got to him.
Yeah.
Just a scary situation to be in. I think that would have even hit teleport. I'm not 100% sure.
Teleport does start, it has to start.
Yeah.
Obviously, all moves in the games do have startup, and it might have not been. But again, hindsight is 2020, and in that situation, Honeybee didn't know if he was just going to hold on to block and wait for the teleport. Great back throw here as soon as your opponent's done hitting their string. If you don't think they're going to check you with down one out of their turn, a throw is usually a good idea.
So Honeybee, we know he has multiple characters, is going to stick it out with Seeing Double. He's going to bet his tournament life, his pro competition standing on Seeing Double here. This is Samij, who is going to swiftly get himself inching closer and closer to a match point here. Neutral jump read and match point Samij for top 16 on the loser side.
Honeybee going with the throw option after the wake up 3 successfully hits. Neutral jumps. How many?
Did I say before this thing started, I talked to Samij and he's like, dude, holding up is so good. It's working out for him.
Oh, great challenge, and then the back throw after recognizing Samij not willing to do anything. I love the slight delay there by Honeybee. Now this does look like it is going to be his round, but Samij has made the comeback before, and he can do it again here. What a punish, and the side switch here on Noob Saibot, going to leave him in a standing position. Going for a throw is Honeybee holding onto the block button so desperately, rolling out of the corner, and Samij jumping in to continue the corner pressure, but now down to almost no health, and what a teleport. We bet it all.
He was inside of that stand one and just nope, I'm out of here.
He bet it all there on that teleport.
Great position right now for Honeybee too. If he can keep him in the corner, it has been so hard for these players to keep their opponents cornered. They found great ways out. About a half straight anti-air out of that back three. Boy, just swinging safely right now at the mid-range. Great gunshot by Samij right there. Catching Honeybee trying to put up this very lengthy Noob Saibot confirmable strings.
Yes, definitely trying to do that, but Samij finding the opening here, taking advantage of those plus frames on hit, and again, just trying to keep him standing here.
Oh no, press the button and some insane plus frames. Insane in the membrane was Honeybee just pressed right there and locked in the corner. Can Samij finally keep him here is the question. He's found ways out, a lot of jumps, and good swing to cancel Samij, giving them the minus range. Raw fatal blow, and now we're a hit away for Honeybee to tie us up.
He reacted perfectly to that low gunshot. It doesn't hit low, it actually hits as a mid, but that's how you describe it there. 31% not going to be enough to do the damage here needed to close this out. What's he going to be looking for?
Oh!
Catches the little tip of the toe on the amplified low slide, and Samij not ready for it. Thought it was his time to advance, thought it was his time to do anything.
It almost looked like Samij smiled right there. It almost looked like it.
But we know he's a machine with no feelings.
He
definitely
feel.
That was just like a little twitch.
It was a glitch in the system. It was a glitch in the system. Samij.exe, baby. All right, another game 3. This is everything that I wanted it to be, Arlen. Everything I wanted these brackets to turn out to be.
What a breakaway here from Honeybee as he kicks over that solo cup. Always going to be a raging party here at the Black Dragon Fight Club. What an anti-air and what a conversion. That's 2 connected shadows. Not sure if he connected one beforehand, but let's try to keep count as that crushing blow has yet to be demonstrated here on the stream.
And you're seeing Double demonstrated in that exact situation. We're just off that anti-air down 4, able to sneak in an amplified shadow, blowed up the crushing blow, and still get good damage. That was 20% gone.
Oh yeah, easily.
25% gone on another amplified shadow.
And that's 2 more shadows to connect. I believe we're at 4 or 5. And left in a standing position and decides to swing, connecting there for 1 more shadow. That crushing blow requirement is easily getting filled here in just 1 round.
Out of Honeybee, really saving himself here. And like I said, what a win here would do for his pro competition run. Samij in that top 12, especially for Final Combat, is in a position where he's going to get a little bit of points no matter what, win or a loss here. But it's Honeybee who's outside at 18 trying to get in.
And I think right there, Samij kind of changing up his play style a little bit. Instead of going for neutral jumps, instead getting more aggressive, going into the jumping kick, and actually punishing the throw attempt from Honeybee. And a great challenge. Absolutely textbook Honeybee trying to do something there besides block, but he does get the back back throw. Not going to lead into a crushing blow.
Does have a fatal blow, and he's going to hit him into it, and I think this is it.
I think this is it too. 1-1-3 does not scale heavily, whether that's as a juggle or a straight string, and I think this
is it. That sickle's going to do everything, and Honeybee with the reverse 2-0 of Samij is going to take it. How in control did Samij look after a game and a half there? Fully. And for Honeybee to mentally not check out right there says everything. The Canadians here are going to be happy. Honeybee, top 16 on the loser side. Congratulations. And it's Samij who's going to go out, not getting a lot of points. Still going to be sitting in an okay position in the standings. We'll see how it looks post this because everyone is here and everyone's trying to get these points. One more match left of this first pool. We've got 3 out in top 16. Let's see who's going to join him. As coming up next, we have got Beyond Toxin versus Coach Steve. We might be seeing double.
We're seeing double so many times throughout this pool. We're seeing a lot of Cassian. We're seeing a lot of noob.
It's just a Cassian new pool, but
they threw them all in here.
But none of them made on the winner side. It's all on the. It's all on the loser side.
It's tough, man. It's tough to get through this. Every single pool is just filled with so many incredibly talented players.
This is one character that post-patch, I was like, we're definitely going to see more. But these are also the 2 players that we saw with this character competitively the most pre-patch. So very fitting that it's just continued.
And that's really what it is. You know, a lot of people can blame characters. A lot of people can say, you know, this character does that, but you still see the top players at the top. Sometimes they're going to have to do a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of a changing of their character, throwing away their principles of loyalty. And either way, you're still going to be seeing the same talented players at the top. If they're willing to put in the time, willing to put in the work that it takes to do it, they're going to do it with whoever, whatever character they need to do it with.
Look at Dragon and Scar, who are through on the winner's side. Slight changes to both characters.
A little bit.
And just making it work.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just adjusting.
It's crazy how a lot of people can see those slight changes, right? Oh, this doesn't launch anymore. Character's dead.
Give away the character.
Get her out of here. Never seeing her again.
No, absolutely nonsense. Again,
absolute nonsense.
All it takes is just a little bit of adjustments and a little bit of hard work and persistence. And more than anything, practice, practice, practice. And that's what these guys do. And that's why they're showing their dominance. They're showing they're on top. And here we have Beyond Toxin against Coach Steve. Now Beyond Toxin hailing all the way from Florida, I believe the Orlando area.
And how great is it that,
Tell me how great it is.
But luckily, Hurricane Dorian, I believe is the name of it, glanced landfall of Florida and boogied north to allow them to actually get here on time because it was looking very grim at the start of this week for Toxin, for Big D, for these guys to make this event.
Yes, they did make it there by the grace of Dorian. So big shout out to Dorian for not stopping Toxin from making his trip here.
Cetron had their back there, a little bit of Mother Nature.
She amplified it and directed it in a different way.
She was using forbidden moves that aren't competitive.
That's it, yeah. The custom Cetrion.
But maybe see it in the future.
Maybe, hold on. Ed Boon did say third variations are on their way. So, if you don't quite click with a character, I'd say stick around and you might find your new main sometime soon. Great back throw there by Coach Steve, canceling. That's really the main thing about this variation, her ability to cancel out of those strings and catch you sleeping nerds.
The crushing blow loaded. This is one hit away. Shipping away, no defensive bar. He is going to get one last breath, but any string, any normal should do it into a cancel of a shadow. Really good stuff by Beyond Toxin to close that out.
And a great trade.
That down one was scary because if you guess wrong and the string comes out, you could die that way.
Or if he timed it one frame a little too late, that would have been a clean hit for Coach Steve as the mid from Jackie leads into a lot of damage.
Great position right now, and he had Coach Steve cornered for a good bit of it. This is going to be some big damage. Look at this. Meterless 30% gone in the corner.
It's tough, man. Great break of the throw tech throw here from Beyond Toxin, knowing exactly whether Coach Steve was going for the arms or the legs. We don't know as it's the same animation.
Toxin got greedy with that jump kick, gets anti-aired into a side switch into the corner combo. Coach Steve, ooh. Wait a minute, this is a different story. With Fatal Blow loaded, we saw what can happen, and he didn't do anything to confirm. Still puts himself in the winning position here. Doesn't even need it before our eyes. Toxin takes it. He's up 1-0. And that was a great... How many of these matches have been about the corner, and how often the positions have reversed?
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, you see, once you get an opponent in the corner, they're going to be looking for ways out. They're going to be looking to jump over the other side. They're going to be looking to utilizing those teleports. And just again, or like we saw earlier there with Toxin, the back throw, a great way to turn the tide, turn the tables against your opponent. And what a roll, a great way to abuse the whiff punishing there as Coach Steve commits to that entire string, or nearly that entire string. And Beyond Toxin was ready with buttons of his own.
And there's an added layer that you see Toxin doing in the corner there. That auto shimmy string that he's got that does launch, also here kept safely by the launcher with that amplified low slide, which is just disgusting to deal with. I mean, you get mixed 14 different ways when you're standing there.
It is absolutely disgusting. What a whiff punish as Toxin commits to a button in the air, and Coach Steve perfectly placing the corner in his favor as Beyond Toxin finds his back up against the wall. Very limited spacing, very limited resources, and very limited mobility, and Coach Steve is just attacking him like an animal here. The low slide. He got through the clone.
There's a lot of whips right there. I don't know how, and the forward four just prevailed.
He got through the clone somehow. The kick just kind of kicked through the clone and went right to Noob Saibot.
I would have got hit. Coach Steve's over here hacking and hacks across the screen to meet Noob Saibot's face. Big crushing blow there gives him a great health lead. Wilson's out to get he's scary down ones, but working out for Toxin here. And this is the Toxin right now. Wrong fatal blow from Noob Saibot. He's gonna steal another round. He has stolen matches.
I mean, he had very few things to put up because he had a lot to gain and a lot to lose. So he saw it as a great opportunity to roll the dice, bet it all on
Put
black.
himself on match point here.
That's it, putting himself on match point. I love how Coach Steve getting under that projectile. It does hit as a high, but it is unblockable. Breakaway here, Toxin down to very little resources, cannot forward roll, cannot wake up for quite some time as Coach Steve finding the hit but missing the clinch, and he does it again as Toxin just jumping out of any kind of pressure Coach Steve is trying to apply, and Coach Steve is just not adapting to the situation, but keeping control here, keeping the momentum.
All of these stray hits are adding up, and this should do it.
That was a punish. That was a punish.
This is the final round. I wasn't sure if he was going to spend it. I didn't notice that Coach Steve had that round, and that is going to tie us up at one game apiece. And this has been 4 matches in a row on the loser side that have gone to a final game. 4 in a row.
Final game, and I don't expect it to not hit final round as these guys are just slugging it back and forth. And what a read, what a commitment there from Coach Steve to back up just enough for that forward roll to not get behind him and for him to punish those recovery frames. Jackie's normal is one of the best at doing that, as you can time it perfectly. It's fast, very little room for error for a pro like Coach Steve. As you saw there, a full combo punish enough to take that game. But Toxin not letting it face him. Never mind, caught. Or Coach Steve not falling asleep at the wheel. Toxin really kind of testing those reactions, and Coach Steve says, I am all over it. Perfect anticipation, perfect reaction.
Toxin has gotten really risky with his personal throws too. They worked out really well in game number 1, but game 2-1 hasn't been as effective. That's a big whip punish. Trying the Macho Man elbow from downtown as Coach Steve. I don't know what he was thinking.
I mean, I don't know if he was thinking something completely wrong or possibly an input error there from Jackie, but either way, Toxin was ready to take advantage, ready to go for the whiff, but now finding himself in a bad spot, doesn't get the cross-up jump, but does get the pressure to successfully hit afterwards.
And he tried it. We saw that against Honeybee, and there's no downside. Jackie's not going to get the punish there whatsoever. So smart by Toxin. Going to lose the round now, and now match point for Coach Steve to make top 16 here at Dreamhack.
Yeah, that's definitely a great example of, a very low risk and high reward.
Yeah.
Countering him, pressing a button here is Toxin as he finds himself at the bad end here as Coach Steve tries to run away with this. The back throw punish. Now, Coach Steve did not have the opportunity to tech or do anything else there in that situation.
There we go. Meterless, getting 260, give or take. Nice tech of the throw there. But Coach keeps himself alive, and wait a minute. Toxin getting crazy, and these have a 3 for 3 in the corner, and we are going to final round.
Oh, hold on, don't speak too soon, everyone.
Where was the Shadow?
I don't know.
Where was anything?
Again, the Shadow just asleep there, not ready to go, but Coach Steve is ready to go as he just demonstrates that. Oh, and that's how you punish it, either on whiff or ducking under it, and Toxin showing everyone how to do it.
He could have punished even bigger there.
Yeah, all he really got was that down 4 as Coach Steve was able to block out. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. The skull getting crushed right there in the face.
We are swinging right now, Arma. Double match point.
There's no skull left. There's nothing left inside of Noob Saibot's head. The bones are all broken, going for the desperate fatal blow, but no punish. And speaking of punishes,
and that's gonna be huge. 375. One more hit for Toxin and down 4. He's chipping away, but so is Coach Steve on the offensive here. Double fatal blow loaded. They're still recovering and trying to press the button. Coach Steve takes it 2-1.
And you gotta wonder why did Toxin not cancel the down 1 poke there from the slide? I mean, it might have been the right call, but Coach Steve again keeping his composure, keeping it cool. You saw that he tried to punish that fatal blow. He went in there. It was perfect, but just a little too slow, and he didn't let it phase him. He said, let's keep the cool. Let's not panic in the scramble situation, because right here, this is it. This is what's separate. These are the moments that separate the boys from the men, and Coach Steve taking it over beyond Toxin.
That was insane. It was just insane.
It was incredible.
No pun intended on that, by the way.
Insane, yes. Coach Steve's the alternate Coach Steve.
Yes.
When he just goes ham on Twitter. So big shout outs to Coach Steve. What an incredible set. I mean, just games after games that we've been seeing here. They're probably my favorite.
Just pool number 1, and it went how we expected it to be, with how stacked these tournaments are, with the level of skill we saw from semifinals on. Nothing but classics, and that's just one pool, guys. Coming up, we're going to start pool number 2, where it starts all over again. This happens to be Sonic Fox's pool, and I think that he has one of these harder quadrants of these pools. This is Justin Fox's path, right?
Yeah, tell me.
To try to make top 16. He's got Canadian Veteran Winter Wars, Morty Seinfeld, which I haven't heard that name, I think, since MK9.
What year is it?
Sunio, Lord V Noodles, Kevo the Man, and Biohazard is all in. That's all in one section to make top 16. That's crazy.
It's going to be tough, but you know all those players are very good, and you might be basing that off of previous games. Sunio, always a tough competitor, and I love watching his play style, because again, he's more of a passive, laid back play style.
He likes the zone.
He
also uses a unique character that you guys at home, I hope you get to see. Absolute treat. He plays next gen Jackie.
Yes, and he has been since the beginning of the game, where he just wants to stay back. But if you look at results from all those players in this game, again, Sonic Fox probably the high seed to go into this event, as he is the
number one
point leader.
Yes, he is, and has a hefty point lead, over 400 points ahead of Dragon right now. Also in pool number 2 coming up, guys, so don't go anywhere, is also going to be the Texas boys, Deoxys and Gambler, Lego, Forever King, Dizzy, all within just pool number 2. So you guys are going to get to see some great matches coming up after that. But out of this pool, congratulations to Honeybee and Coach Steve making it through on the loser side in final rounds. And on the winner side, Dragon and Scar. So it's just been great action here at Dreamhack Montreal. I cannot wait to see what else unfolds here in these pools. It's just been great.
It has been. Again, it's just, you get so much high-level play back to back to back. I feel like we haven't seen a stream or anything like this in a very long time.
Absolutely, especially
right
this early. We're getting right into the action, and we are going to stay there for the remainder of these pools. We got, 6 more hours of this to come.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
It's going to be great. So that's just a preview of what's going to come up in pool number 2. Once again, just the strength of the players here. Hope you guys stick around, okay? Don't go anywhere. A lot more Mortal Kombat to come. Miguel, it's been an absolute honor here to cast this first pool with you, but we will be back probably here in a couple of pools. But coming up next, you guys get to see the other dynamic duo that is going to be coming here. It's going to be Chef and Ultra David.
Cannot wait, and hope you guys are excited.
I am, guys. So once again, don't go anywhere. We will be, I assume, back with some more Mortal Kombat action here at Dreamhack Montreal. And once again, shout outs to Roadrunner, my boys over there for being one of the major sponsors here on the tour. And here at Dreamhack Montreal, big shout out to Higher Power, providing us with a brand new single, Seamless, that just dropped on Friday, one of the theme songs here at Dreamhack Montreal. Stop on the Mortal Kombat Pro competition. Guys, don't go anywhere. More Mortal Kombat to come.